Do your own research and due diligence before investing in any company. The information I provide is in no way or manner a professional suggestion to purchase shares in any publicly traded company. I am not licensed to provide financial advice, and this should be considered entertainment. These stock profiles are intended to be trading ideas, a starting point for research. Any individual who chooses to invest in any securities should do so with caution. Investing in securities is speculative and carries a high degree of risk. You may lose some or all the money that is invested. Always research your own investments and consider consulting with a registered investment advisor or a licensed stockbroker before investing. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Your boy Sal's back in the building. Ladies and gentlemen. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys enjoyed a good Monday. Had a little family, little get together on Monday, so had to catch up with some folks. All right, sorry about that, but we're back on it. So we got, shows for the rest of the week planned. So I'm really looking forward to that. What's going on, everybody? People slowly coming to the chat room. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Man, depending on what stock you're following, it was either a really good day or a really bad day. All right. Last week, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, people slowly coming to the chat room. Gerardo, let me go ahead and get this. And shout out to all those people over there at Investors Hangout, man. Investors Hangout, you guys doing the big things over there, and we're going to have to talk about you guys in just a minute. Gerardo, Bad Scientist, Brandy Odom, Bruce Cole. What's good, Bruce Cole? Sky's Crazy, SCRC Trucker, O Priorities, Donzel, Essex. What's going on, Donzel? T-Stott, what's up? Bad Scientist first in the building, Monkman second. So shout out to everybody slowly coming into the building. Appreciate that very much. So again, like I was talking about, depending on what stock you follow, it was either a good day or a bad day for you. And the first people I want to say, man, I am just terribly sorry. And that's what's scary sometimes about this penny stock business, is that sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes when you think everything is going right, the moon just, the floor just gets taken right under you. And that's exactly what happened to people who were in this stock right here. Let me take off my moving averages. ASTI. That's exactly what happened today. Yesterday was an amazing day. I saw you guys on the blogs. Last week, Friday, an amazing day in the stock. I saw you guys all weekend really blowing this stock up, getting people excited, saying that this Monday you were going to have another 75% day, another 50, 55, 56% day. That's what you expected today. But today, this was the lesson that sometimes it doesn't always work that way, man. You got to take your profits sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to take your profits. And unfortunately, for the investors in ASTI, they didn't even get a chance. Many of you guys didn't even get a chance. Yeah, thank you, Sky's Crazy. Yeah, I put the ticker in the background. Hopefully it doesn't distract you guys. I don't want it to distract you. But I want you to be able to catch up as people call in and we going through tickers. Sometimes I can't type it in the chat. You guys be able to look right on the screen if you're taking notes or whatever. So again, I deeply apologize to people. That's why, and that's one of the things, reason why, I didn't want to really talk about ASTI, because it just, that way that chart, was yesterday, the way that chart looked at the close, the fact that it didn't, break its high, that told me this isn't looking good. So I didn't want to put that on our list today. And I'm kind of glad I didn't come up yesterday, because I know everybody would have called up and talked about ASTI. So rest in peace, man, to anybody who was in that.
Oh shit.
That's just how it is sometimes, man. That's just how it is sometimes, you know. My apologies to everybody who was in that stock, man. I probably should have came on, man. You know what I'm saying? I know you're trying to build your account back up. It's gonna take some time, but you can get there. You know what I'm saying? Get there. All right. So you guys know we gotta keep it real here. We gotta always keep it real when a stock doesn't do what it was supposed to do. See you at the crossroads, man. Yeah. See y'all at the crossroads. So with that being said, let's move on. Let's move on to the winners. The stock you should have been in today was DCTH. DCTH, big winner today, man. Big winner today, DCTH. I mean, this was a stock, you know, you hope for these. I mean, you always try to get into something like this almost every day if you can. You know, but these are hard to find, where basically no matter where you get in the chart before a certain period of the day, you got a gain. You got a gain no matter where you showed up today in DCTH before 1 o'clock. You walked away with some profits. You walked away with some profits in this stock. Yes, indeed. All right, so DCTH, again, the chart looks very similar to ASTI. I'm not saying what's going to happen is going to happen to this stock, because this one actually had what I think it was some decent news came out, didn't it? Was it some kind of news on DCTH, or was it just basically the tightening of the bands? Because this was basically a Bollinger Band play from yesterday. The bands got really tight, and it basically just exploded out of that, man. And that's why a lot of the times it played just like we did about a week and a half ago now with RXII. If you guys remember RXII, I was like, man, the bands were just like this. I was like, look, it's going to do something. And it just popped. It just popped, man. And this is exactly like almost like that smoking cigar pattern here. All right. And it's basically, it's beautiful looking chart. But these have a tendency to come down. In fact, if I look through the chart, as you can see, every time it's spiked up, you know, it gives its gains back. It gives its gains back. So this is not something that and here's the last spike in the stock here. That's probably more noticeable than the other ones. All right, as you can see here toward the left-hand side, you know, the stock gives it all back. So tomorrow, DCTH, you know, for those guys who like to short, as you guys know, I like to short during the day, you know, and swing into my buys. But this is probably going to give it back. Obviously, you know, you got the 250 rule, so you're going to have to put up 250 a share. But there's enough meat on the bone where it makes it worth it. There's enough meat on the bone where it makes it worth it. But who knows if that's going to happen tomorrow. All right. What's going on, Miss Montez? The beautiful Miss Coralie Montez in the building. What's going on, Bambi O? Shout out to all the people who joining us now in the chat room. New people and old people. Atlanta Falcons. Yeah, I got the Falcons over the Patriots, man. I got the Falcons over the Patriots just because I love the city of Atlanta, man. It's a hustler city. ISBG, International Spirit and Beverage. This is like an ongoing kind of pump right now. You know, obviously, as you can see here, not a lot of orders. Maybe something's that's developing there. As I've said, I like my OTC that I'm you know, basically sitting on USEI, waiting for that to pop. So we'll see. ISBG. I mean, I don't know what's going on there. Call me up here at my number 305-600-2896 if you know what's going on with it. Yeah, we definitely talked about DCTH with that 52% gain. And shout out to Investors Hangout. And speaking of them, I wanted to talk to them, talk to you guys about the new thing they got out at Investors Hangout, which they basically have the time of purchase, where you can actually pull up a ticker and literally see every buy and sell that happened in the stock. And I want to go over that real quickly with you. And I wanted to prove that it worked. And here's the buy and sells of MJNA today. Here's the buy and sells of MJNA. And I went to the Scans Twitter handle. And the Scans Twitter handle had this particular trade, which was MJNA, 100,000 shares at 151. All right, at exactly 1129.25. That was, I believe, a sell. All right, and sure enough, as you guys can see, right on top here, 1129.25, 151.111. All right, 1511, 100,000 shares. All right, MJNA is the ticker. So David, I don't know if that's you on the Investors Hangout account. You guys are A-OK on this. This is accurate, and it's going to be very, very useful for, especially if you're looking to see trades in completely like almost dead stocks. When we talked last week about trading in the zone and looking at stocks that are slowly building momentum, you'll be able to come here at Investors Hangout, put the ticker in, and be able to literally determine, whether or not positions are building in the stock. And then basically break down for every, moment the stock was bought or sold throughout the rest of the day. So this is legit. This is 100, man. So shout out to you guys over at Investors Hangout, man. This is great, and I can't wait to use it to go over some other stocks that I've been waiting to see happen. All right, waiting to see pop off. All right, waiting to see pop off. All right. With that being said, I don't know what's going on with let me see here, because I've been waiting on AEPP to pop off. AEPP. Nothing much handle, nothing much there. Still very, very bearish. But that's kind of one of the. God damn. My internet company hates the shit out of me, dude. They hate the shit out of me. I think it was a shock to the bandwidth or something, because that shit, man. I know my streams are like 100 gigs. My streams are like 100 gigs. And they hate that shit. I know they hate that. They said I'm the biggest user of bandwidth like in the whole neighborhood. I use more bandwidth than anybody. And I believe it. I don't know how they monitor that shit, but I believe it. All right, man, we back. I had to reset the router, man. The router just got shocked, basically. Like, oh my God, where does all this come from? All right. So yeah, we're back. We're back. Sorry about that, guys. I probably lost some people. It is what it is. All right. Anyway, Cebus was another stock that crashed today. Marijuana overall was just really ugly today. Marijuana overall was just ugly today. If you guys can tell me a reason why, let me know. Let me know. But marijuana in itself was ugly today. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to marijuana today. But Cebus was down. I think MSIG was up. MSIG and OWCP. MSIG was up. MWCP. MSIG is due for a retracement here, by the way, too. Actually, no, they had one yesterday. That was ugly too. That would have been a beautiful buy opportunity right there on MSIG. See, on MSIG, if you would have got into that would have been a beautiful opportunity for somebody. If I would have saw that, I would have bought that on MSIG. You see how low that was on the RSI? That's a buy all day. That's a buy all day. Yeah, I do. They told me I was the number one bandwidth user in the whole damn neighborhood, dude. I had something to like 20 terabytes a month or some shit like that. It's something ridiculous like that. Yeah, it's something ridiculous. It's a big ass number. and it had TBs behind it, and it was a big ass number of TBs. Yeah, because during the day my torrents and all that shit. Yeah, weed plays were down pretty much all over. Again, MSIG, this would have been a buy yesterday. Great opportunity, man. A missed opportunity there on MSIG. I mean, when you see a stock abuse the RSI like that, that's a buy all day. That's a buy all day, especially when it's kind of a, really hugging the end of the band like that, abuses the RSI. You buy that all day. All day, all day, all day. All right. Appreciate that. What's good, Stock Miller? What's good? Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you got some stocks you want to go over, you guys are going to know my number is on the screen. My number is on the screen. What's going on, Gerardo? And Gerardo, yeah, you're absolutely right, man. GBDSD. GBDSD. I didn't get a ticker for that. It says invalid ticker. Any software suggestions? Intraday, Jorge. Technical analysis. Get Equity Feed. Equity Feed is basically that ripoff that Tim Sykes is pushing called Stocks to Trade. You remember, for those of you guys who've been around long enough, Tim Sykes had a deal with Equity Feed. He was like promoting them for a little while. He was using their services, and he basically made a clone of the Equity Feed, and he's passing it as Stocks to Trade. Stocks to Trade is basically Equity Feed that you can get for a cheaper price. Yeah, you got people out here paying, $1,500, $1,700, for Stocks to Trade. You can get Equity Feed for $150 a month to try it out. And if you don't like it, you actually can try it for free for 2 weeks, right? For free for 2 weeks, you'll make the $150 back. You'll make the $150 to pay for the whole month. Yeah, you can go to equityfeed.com right now and sign up. It's free. SLRB Selector Biosciences. CLRB. Yeah, you can go to the, because I know people was like, oh, don't say that about Tim Sykes. It's true. You can go to the Equity Feed, Twitter, and they're talking about it on the Twitter handle that he stole basically their shit. Matter of fact, before y'all go and run and tell the king, like I know some of you guys will do. All right, let me show y'all the proof. Let me show y'all the proof, because before y'all go and run and tell the king. Oh, Sal's talking dirty about you on his stream, bro. Let me show you guys this. All right, let me show y'all that real quick. All right, real quick. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but I said it, so I gotta prove it. I said it, so I gotta prove it. All right, where is it at here? I said it, so I gotta prove it. God damn it! I just saved the bitch. Hold on. Where is it at? STT. All right. 919 Bad Scientist. Bad Scientist, what's up, man? You're on the air.
Hey, Sal. How's it going?
Doing good. How are you, man?
Yeah, I'm doing well, thanks. Yeah, I've got 4 good picks for people today. I think you inspired me a couple of shows ago talking about trying to catch some of these stocks early on before they experience, the overbought condition.
All right, not a problem. So, let's definitely look into these are penny stocks, I'm guessing.
Yes, always.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
Okay, quickly. First one is a Nasdaq play. It's AUPH.
AUPH. Okay, AUPH. Very familiar with this one. Very, very familiar with AUPH. Beautiful multiple day chart here on AUPH. Look at that chart, man. That's absolutely beautiful.
and actually, so I've modified my trading strategy now for swing trading. So doing, buying and selling, over a day or 2 days or 3 days or a week. I've now I've put Bollinger Bands along with my 4 and 8 exponential, and it's like night and day.
Okay.
I'm still doing the VWAP thing when I'm doing intraday, but between days intraday for swing trading, you put the Bollinger Bands with the 4 and 8 exponential. That's all you need. And I think before I said I was using the 20-day simple moving average, which in essence is the middle Bollinger Band.
Okay.
So let me explain quickly why I like AUPH. Regardless of what news came out, because I'm a technical trader.
Okay.
And as you said, we have the multiple day, I think a 4-day runner. So if you look at the Bollinger Band with your 20-day simple moving average as your middle Bollinger Band, you see that today began the significant, what do they call it, bullish, what's the term? Because I've been learning about Bollinger Bands for the last week, and so I'm trying to think of the technical term for it. But basically, this is when it came out of the constricted state, because you've got the 3 bands in the Bollinger, and today is when actually it broke out of that constricted state, and it's even out of the. If you look at where it's starting to funnel right now, it's even above that. So, and the good thing is that it's also up after hours. So I was able to get in at about $3.
Okay.
And if we look at past behavior, I'm going to go on a limb here, and I'm not going to disappear from the show if I'm wrong. But based on what I see now, I would say in the next 3 to 5 days, we should be at $4.
Oh wow!
Because it seems to like running between $3 and $4, or more specifically $4.10. But it may actually even go to $5. But I'm going out on a limb officially and saying I see this going to $4 in the next 3 to 5 days.
3 to 5 days. So, AUPH $4, possibly $5. Bat Scientist. That would be lovely. I know there are some people in the chat room who would love to use another $2 a share, return on investment right now on a $3 stock.
I'm going out on a limb, so if I'm wrong, I'll still come back on the show and
basically, but you're saying the reason is it'll do this because it basically just has the momentum right now.
Yes, and it has a pattern of so people want specific examples. Sorry, I'm taking a lot of time right now.
No, go ahead.
But if we go to the end of September, it did another similar run from exactly this time. It was maybe around the $2.40, $2.50 mark. It made a run all the way past $5.
Okay,
so that was round about the 28th.
That was a
28th of September. Yes, then it did it again. Around about the 9th of November after Trump was elected. So it went from about 253 and it went all the way to 484 on the high. It didn't hold that.
Okay, so Bad Scientist onto something. I like this.
Yeah, so each time it comes back to the 250s or the 3s and then shoots back to $4 or $5. Based on this pattern, and the fact that we've had a very good 4-day run, it would have been nice to catch it when it was on the middle Bollinger Band in the 240, 245 area. But I got it at $3 today because I believe it's going to be up tomorrow. It's already up after hours. I believe it's at $3.19, and I got in at $3. Okay, so that's the first one.
All right.
And all of these picks, mind you, they're all based on the Bollinger Bands that I'm using in combination with my 4 and 8 exponential. VWAP I only use when I'm doing intraday trading, so
Okay.
you won't hear about VWAP today.
Got it. Got it. Got
The
it.
next one is, and this one is an earlier move now. This is ITI. This is the potash company. ITI.
ITI. Okay.
Yes. And so this one, we're trying to catch it a lot earlier because I guess like 3 days ago it broke. It used the bottom Bollinger Band as support, and it's now coming through. So it breached both the 4 and 8 exponential moving average
Yeah.
today.
Very nice
Today it
90-day
was
chart
up.
too.
Yeah, up 15% today. Let me say AUPH was up 19%, by the way.
Yeah.
So this one up 15%. Like I said, it breached bullishly both the 8 and 4 exponential moving averages, and now it's sitting right on the middle Bollinger Band, which is the 20-day simple moving average. If it crosses that middle band, so we're talking about around the $2.05, $2.06 mark, we should.
Hold on. Hold on.
It needs to,
Hold on. We're talking about ITI because I have ITI at
no,
4.
P as in penis.
Oh, okay. IPI. Okay, I'm looking at ITI.
Yes.
We're at 4
Oh,
or something.
sorry.
Okay.
The
Although
potash, yeah.
ITI, I'm gonna look at that too in a second here because ITI looked really good. But IPI
Yeah, sorry.
IPI
IP, yes, the
at
potash
206.
company.
Okay, yeah, I do see where it crossed the 20 moving average here.
So it's sitting right on it, basically.
Yeah, basically sitting on it. And toward the end of the day, though, I do see here we're a little bit higher off of it at 208 now.
Yes, a little bit higher, which
Yeah.
is always good to see. But sometimes, these after-hours things, by pre-market tomorrow, it could be down. It's just not that predictable. Unless it shot up 30%, then
Yeah.
that's probably more reliable. But so, yeah, we're up after hours on both the NASDAQ play, AUPH, and the NYSE play, which is IPI.
Yeah.
Okay, so and so once again, I'm trying to get in here to catch the move early,
Okay.
because if it crosses that $2.06 mark and approaches the upper Bollinger Band, which is around 240, we're golden. If it breaches 240, that's it. You're gonna hold it.
Okay.
And I'm basing that off of the pattern. If you look at the between the 5th and the 6th of this.
Yeah, I
of
was
December.
just about to go into that. I see when I pull out the chart here in December, it looks like it made a run, and it looks like the selling is over here, and buyers have taken over again.
Absolutely. Yep. So I would say, once again, I'm putting myself on the line. Within a week, it will be up to the 250s. So you'll be able to maybe gain 40, 50 cents per share from this in the next 3 to 5 days. Most of these moves, if you notice, I say 3 to 5 days, they happen in a week. With the smaller moving stocks, maybe 2 weeks.
Okay.
But in most cases with these swing trades, you can get anywhere between, 20 to 100%, maybe 200%, if you can catch these things really early.
Yeah, if you can catch these things really early. I mean, I'm looking at the chart right now, and again, when we talk about buying at the sweet spot when nobody else is buying, I'm looking at the chart here, and for the patient investor who got in November, for example, the day Trump was elected or the very next day, you had an incredible run from almost $1 to 260 after that, which was almost 200+%. So very, very impressive run for somebody there.
Yeah, so these Bollinger Bands, especially with the, I use an app called Technician app, and it highlights the Bollinger Band in gray.
Okay.
And you'll see some of my posts on Twitter. It's like night and day. I mean, I explain Bollinger Bands, the way I think of them is like sausage links.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked my wife today, for someone who doesn't know about Bollinger Bands, I asked her and I said, if you're preparing like sausage links, there are 10 sausages linked up.
Yeah.
How would you cut those sausages to get your the best amount of meat? And she says, obviously at the links. So I'm like, okay, you've just described Bollinger Bands. The only thing is that yes, you cut the sausage link right at the link
Yeah.
so that you can get the full sausage. But the only difference that Bollinger Bands doesn't give you is the direction of whether it's up or down.
Yeah.
So for me, that's why I use a shorter time frame, which is the 4 and 8 exponential. When you see those curving up, that gives you the direction on the price.
Now I do see
So it's a good analogy.
we closed today just outside the band on, well, maybe, well, probably if I look through another, yeah, because I think all right, we're high on the bands, definitely, even on the 5 minute chart, daily chart. We're pretty high on the band there, which isn't bad because we're still within the bands. Because you know, as soon as we get out the bands, that's a time to short. And I'll show you guys on BT
Yeah, yeah,
I played that this
absolutely.
morning today on Twitter. BTUUQ
Yep.
is a stock that we'll go over. But yeah, well, I mean, we're still
Okay,
within the
okay.
bands, which looks pretty good.
Which, yeah, it's pretty good. So I'm happy with this one as long as it keeps above that middle Bollinger Band at 205, 206.
Yeah.
So, and I just want to remind the people in the chat that I'm looking at the daily chart here because I'm swing trading. It's not the 5 minute chart.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move to OTCs. The
Okay.
first OTC play is DGAS.
BG
DIGAS.
BIG.
D as in donkey,
Okay.
I, G as in girl, A, and S as in Frank.
Hmm.
Did you get that?
I'm not getting that. That's a 5 letter ticker.
It's called Digitrade Financial Corp. So D as in donkey, I as in insect, G as in girl, A as in Africa, F as in Frank.
Yeah, I'm not getting a ticker on that.
Oh, that's strange.
DIG. Okay, DIGF. Okay, DIGF.
Yeah,
F, okay.
DIGAF.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was thinking you said S. All right, so yeah, this one is
F as in
definitely,
Frank. Yeah.
all right, definitely very, very depressed. I do see here it had a really great December.
Yes.
Up 3 cents today for a gain of 27 cents. Obviously, for the last couple of days, it hasn't had very much trading. We see a lot of gaps here at 14 cents a share. Where DIGAF, where are we in terms of share structure here? Because at 14 cents, I hope it doesn't have too many shares out there.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not sure
Yeah, it's
about
actually
that.
it's pretty tight here. The float as of January 19th, it's listed as only 8 million shares. So that's good. When the share price, when you're talking about
low
OTC
flow.
stocks, when the share price is pretty high, and that's not necessarily, crazy high for OT because we've seen a lot
Right.
higher. But even for at 14 cents, you want to see a very tight or low outstanding shares and a very low
Yep.
float because that means it's going to
And,
move. If it had like a billion shares outstanding and it was at 14
Yeah,
cents a
then,
share,
yeah,
that's a
I
no-go.
agree.
That's a no-go.
Yeah, so that's definitely a good fundamental parameter to look at
Yeah.
when you're trading these stocks. Make sure they're low float. By definition,
Or
low
dirt
float.
cheap.
What are you considering that? Less than 10 million or less than 5 million?
I would say
Is
less than
that-
20 million, less than 20 million,
okay.
less than 20 million,
Okay.
especially when you're talking about 5 cents and higher. 5 cents and higher, less than 20 million.
Okay.
If it's below a penny, I don't mind seeing a billion, 2 billion. If it's below a penny, I'm talking 00, 000. I don't mind those
Right.
being, having a billion outstanding, because we already
Okay.
know what those can do. But you're talking about 5 cents or higher. If I see
Yeah.
more than 30 million floating out there, then it's just like, I'm not sure about that.
Okay, that's a good suggestion. So in addition to my Bollinger Bands, I can also look at whether it's low float or not. So that's an excellent. So this one, once again, it's bust out of the upper Bollinger Band, and it's just starting to make its move. So what I want to see is for it to go from where it is right now, 14 cents, and approach the the 50-day simple moving average, which is at 30 cents or 31 cents.
Okay.
So I can foresee people doubling their money, maybe even in a lower time frame, maybe in 3 days.
Oh, wow.
Based, if the trend continues, and I must make a disclaimer, if the upward trend continues, I can see this stock doubling in the next 2 or 3 days. So let's say by Monday, if the trend continues. But with all of this, guys, you should remember to put your stop losses.
So
but
you're saying
I'm just
this possibly
trying
at 28, anywhere between 28 cents
Yes,
within the next 5. Okay,
precisely.
decent volume here too. Let me see here on Yahoo Finance. Are we picking up volume here?
Yeah, it's volume's a bit. It's at around 600 or 500,000,
Which isn't bad for a 14-cent stock.
Which isn't bad.
Yeah, which isn't
Tomorrow
bad
I'd
for a
like
14-cent
see,
stock. That's not.
Yeah,
That's pretty
not
good.
too bad. Yep, and that's my cutoff for FinViz. For stocks up 5% with 500,000 K current volume, and stocks less than 5. So that's typically what I use to screen my stocks on FinViz. The 3 5s, stocks less than $5 with a current volume of 500,000 and up at least 5%.
Yeah, we're already up. Actually, if you look at January 19th when the stock opened at 4 cents, we're already up over 300% in the stock. From January 19th, my man. Since January 19th, we're already up 300% in the stock.
Absolutely. So for those who don't want to use Bollinger Bands, who maybe want to catch the stock moving quicker, because the 4 and 8 exponential moving averages, they move a lot quicker than those Bollinger Bands because it's over a shorter time frame. So if you want to catch the stock, for instance, maybe as it's coming through even the lower Bollinger Band, before it even touches the band, you could just use your 4 and 8 exponential moving average and just make sure putting stops each time behind them as the stock goes up. And that will definitely to make quick money and catch quick moves. But why the Bollinger Band is good is that middle Bollinger Band or 20-day simple moving average. It's an extra confirmation of those exponential moving averages on whether you're up or down. And remember what I said, as long as the price stays above, even if it touches the 20-day moving average of the middle Bollinger Band, as long as it's above that band, you're still going long. So this is for people who want to make massive gains.
Yeah, so you're saying as long as you're above the 20-day moving average, you're still going higher.
You're still long, and then the reverse is true if you're shorting.
That's correct.
Over a long period of time. My last pick is PNTV. So P as in penis, N as in naughty, T as in Tom, V as in Victor, PNTV.
All right. Here's another one blowing the bands up here.
And this one is now beautiful because if you look at the last 4 days, especially the last 3 or 4 days, you see how the volume is going up with each day.
Yeah, I
so
see
the stock started at around, I don't know, the 1.5 cent level at what was this? Is this $1 million? At $1.5 million. Next day it was slightly below that. Yesterday it was at 3 million, and then today it was at 5 million, and it only just broke out of that. I like to call it a tunnel. In fact, I have a terminology that I use for Bollinger Bands. I say we've left the tunnel and have entered the funnel, because that constricted little band there before the sausage link basically starts is where the funnel begins. And so just like all the others that I mentioned, we just got up into the funnel stage, and it broke into the funnel at about 0.188, and it's now at 0.214.
Okay. So you see us
So
pretty much going sideways for at least a day or two, and then exploding higher.
I actually see it still going up. I
Hmm.
mean, it's definitely. I mean, if you look at the last in the last 3 days, it's been on an upward trend. It
Yeah.
broke out of that top
Yeah. It
Bollinger
broke out a
Band,
little.
so
Uh-huh.
I see good things for it. It may consolidate, but once again, I'm trying to preempt these stocks that have that nice parabolic looking curve that goes almost 90 degrees to the x-axis.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're really trying to catch
And
and get these
I've
big
actually been
days.
really impressed with this particular stock. Looks like the volume is a lot more consistent here.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
seeing multiple million shares being traded as far
yeah,
back as January 6th on the stock, whereas the stock we looked at just previously to this,
yeah.
only
It's a
the
bit
last two
thinly.
days, yeah,
Yeah,
only the last 2 days were very aggressive. But this one looks like it's been steady, for quite a while. We just had a really massive
yep,
day, almost 5 million shares, actually over 5 million shares traded today, which is almost 100% plus its usual volume, and almost 400% higher than it was just 4 days ago. So obviously something's going
absolutely.
on
Yeah,
here, and it looks like I'm seeing an article here that the stock was on Money TV, which explains a lot. Money TV, for those of you guys who don't know,
uh,
Money TV is a syndicated show. The guy's basically it's a TV show about small cap stocks. You got to be very careful because a lot of the stocks that he promotes eventually go bust. But if you play the charts well, once they go on Money TV, and by the way, they have a YouTube channel, Money TV YouTube channel, and you can
right.
follow them as well.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, these. I won't be surprised that this might continue for a couple more days.
And this one, I'm seeing it going once again in about 3 to 5 days. I'm seeing it
Mm-hmm.
go to maybe as high as 3 cents. It's now at. I don't think it'll. I mean, it could go higher than that, but I think the highest it's been, which was in recent days, has
Yeah.
been the eighth of November, where it had a high of 0.295.
Mm-hmm.
So might not be, that 100% gainer in a week, but it definitely, I'm guaranteeing at least, 30-40% gain on this one.
Oh wow, guaranteed, you
Yeah.
guys. You said that. You said guaranteed, guaranteed 30 to
Well,
40% gain on
yes,
this stock.
in
That's
in
huge.
in
That is
in three
huge.
to 5 days.
In
Yeah.
three to
Well,
five
let's
days.
see. Let's see if this actually works and this setup is working for me. Then yeah, this is going to be nice. There could be a pullback, and people shouldn't panic during a pullback because all that means is that the stock is finding a new. A new set point,
Okay.
and once it establishes that, it can also break again from that. So it's always I guess with these penny stocks is dangerous because even if it drops 50%, that could still be a pullback for
Yeah.
these type of
Yeah.
stocks.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. We've seen that
always
before.
use
Stocks that
yeah.
collapse 50%. The next day they run another 30. So. In fact, the one that we just started the show off with that could very well ASTI, which collapsed today. ASTI could run tomorrow on some forgiveness buys. So we'll see what happens on that.
Yeah, and yeah, thank you, Sal. That's all I have. So those four plays: AUPH,
Mm-hmm.
what else? IPI.
IPI,
What was the other one I mentioned?
DIGAF,
Yes,
and
and
PNTV.
TNTV.
Yeah.
So keep your eyes on those ones, folks. And
Yeah.
that's all I have for you today. But I'm going to be testing this strategy. I'm definitely I've got quite a bit of money in AUPH, and I
Okay.
want to see if my thesis actually pans
Yeah,
out.
out of all of them, I definitely like that one. Obviously, it's the most liquid. It's the most stable. Looking out of all of them, I pulled that
Yeah,
up again. It's got the most beautiful chart, man. I think on the market right now, under $5. I mean, that's a very
right.
beautiful chart there. Beautiful volume. 6 million shares traded today. It averages, averages about a million and a half anyway.
That's
So
that's excellent. You need that
yeah,
liquidity
you
for
need that
sure.
liquidity, and again, when we pulled out that chart and seeing what it's been doing, I mean that your analysis completely makes sense. As we can see here, AUPH kind of almost like every 3 months kind of does something like
Yeah,
this,
yeah,
and
that's
you
exactly
know,
what I noticed
right,
in my
right. So
notebook. I said
I'm
every
hoping
three
that we're
months
not too
you get
late
a
though. I'm
news.
hoping that we're not too late because as you can
Yeah,
see here,
yeah,
just looking at the trend, it's one of those things where each kind of hill has been a little bit lower than before, but
yeah,
in
yeah.
fact I'll probably leave that on here for myself tomorrow. But it we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully we're not coming in too late,
Definitely.
but it's definitely looking at this, I wouldn't mind taking the risk here.
Yep. Yeah. Thank you so much, Sal. You guys look out for my tweets. I'm a bat scientist, and I have a new term now for these Bollinger Bands. I call them Bollinger Bats alerts.
There it is.
So look out for those ones, and I'll definitely be, posting more pics
Yeah.
as we go through the show today. Thank you, Sal.
Appreciate it. And give me a call back if you got something really interesting for us, man.
Okay, will do. Thanks,
All
Sal.
right.
Take
Thank you
care.
so much for the
Bye
call.
bye.
Shout out to Bad Scientist so
Bye
much
bye.
for the call. Great call, man. Tristan, I wouldn't be surprised if you made some money on this. That's a stock that Tristan, I think he brought up months ago in here. AUPH, first one, DIGAF, IPI, PNTV. All right. I saw some people in the chat room bringing out CLRB. CLRB is on our list for tomorrow as well. I saw a young lady bringing out BOTY, Booty, Lingerie Fighting Championship. That's another one that's, as you can see here, been very, very dead compared to what it did in a while ago. Probably at the height of the whole 2015, which was like the height of the whole, UFC kind of thing. That was really hot. Not that UFC isn't still hot. Obviously, it still is. But BOTY 25% day down on the downside today. But it could be a buy opportunity right there. 703. What's up?
What's up, Sal? How are you?
Doing good. Who am I speaking with?
Master 82.
All right. What's going on with you, man?
I think you've got to unban me again.
Oh, is this Master 82?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, Master 82. Remember I sent you an email. If you can, on that dummy account that I have that I use to test my streams. If you
I didn't check my email yet.
okay,
my bad.
yeah. If you can send or go ahead and post something over there, I can see you because you're banned. I can't actually go to your profile. So until I find a way to get back to your account, which is if you go ahead and post at my dummy account, then I'll be able to see you post on that channel and unblock you from there. All right.
Okay, I understand.
Appreciate it, man.
There's two things I want to talk to you about, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
One thing is, Trump opened a new gas line, the Keystone line, right?
You mean about me teaching?
Because with that, some of the penny stocks for gas may go up. I forgot which ones, but because of what he did this morning.
Well, are you talking about Tim Sykes?
Yeah, like penny stocks for gas companies, because Obama closed it. Now Trump opened the Keystone pipeline.
Oh, okay, about the Keystone. Okay, yeah. Obviously, yeah, that would have some kind of, definitely some some play on these. Off the top of my head, BLKG. What did that do today? BLKG. All right, 28 cents. 0028. That's one to watch right now. With the Keystone pipeline situation, BLKG. What else is another one off the top of my head? Oil and gas.
Because this guy who just said thank you for Obama, I'm about to make $200,000 a year because he does like oil refineries. Now he can work at the Keystone.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's going to have an effect, and as that plays out, sure, I'm sure there's going to be having some stocks that run over there and that are going to use that as a catalyst to run higher. Again, the one I would pick is BLKG because I know that has ran before, and again, it's at what I believe is a sweet spot where we have these really depressed low levels compared to where it's ran before. So if that's a stock that will run off this catalyst, it's going to be BLKG. I don't know of any other stock off the top of my head right now that's got one, the share structure, and then two, a following that knows about the stock to really get behind it. Off the top of my head, yeah, I would have to do some research on that. Maybe some people in the chat room would bring it up. Let me see somebody here. BMXC. What is that? Oh no, that's something else. Okay, but yeah, BLKG right now off the top of my head, that I think would run on that catalyst on the OTC side. But yeah, we'll continue to look and we'll see what happens with that.
Cool. And the last one is I've seen this guy right on YouTube. He does good trading for like penny stocks. He's really good, and maybe you should think about him because he does good trading.
What's his name? What's his name?
His YouTube channel is called Eat, Sleep, Profit.
Okay.
Because he's about to make a free video on how he does it, because he does like morning gaps, like he does like teach all how to do like market scanners and different tricks on how to gap up, and he teaches other people how to do it.
Cool. Yeah, as long as he's teaching it for free, man, I'm all aboard. Because I'd rather use my money to trade instead of paying somebody to give me some regurgitated information that I can get in a book for free. So,
because he said he did some good, paid a couple $1,000, said that was great basic information, so he learned how to do it live himself. And he says, I will make this new DVD that shows you how I did. I'm going to pay it forward. So by helping you guys, maybe you guys can help me later by giving me different stock tips. I'm like, cool. No shit.
Cool. Yeah, man. It's as long as it's free, man. I'm with it. That's the only thing. That's my only rule. As long as it's free, I'm with it.
Cool.
All right.
And
Appreciate it.
And that Investor Underground, the guy who's on your chat, his website with the form is beautiful.
Yeah, Investors Hangout. Investors Hangout. Yeah, Investors Hangout is the truth. Investors Hangout is the truth. It's really a really great place if you're into penny stocks, if you're looking to find the next real good runner. I mean, I made a lot of money following stocks on Investors Hangout, just putting money aside. And then, you could put $50, $100 on something that's not doing anything, but I saw it on Investors Hangout and then come back a week later, and that's $250, $300. And, I didn't even know that was going to happen. It was just something that I thought could possibly run, and it's ran. And they've got a channel again on YouTube that you can follow where they follow these little, stocks that are just slowly kind of popping on volume, and they bring them to the forefront, and a lot of people take them and run with it. So, yeah, really good site.
I'm thanking you because you're showing us all those different 000.
Yeah. A lot of the stocks that I talk about here, I bring them on our show to talk about too, and some people have some insight on them, and but sometimes it's just to bring up to the forefront. For example, USEI, that was a stock that I got off Investors Hangout, and that was a stock that I had talked about years ago, but I had saw some conversations about that also in Investors Hub, so I brought that to the forefront of people in my in our circle here. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
I'll try that email thing again and try to get back.
Yes, definitely hit me up, man. Appreciate it.
No problem. All
right. Yeah. So, if you guys get banned, it's really hard to get unbanned, man, because I can't even see your channel. The moderators, in the chat room, they're the people with the little, I can't want to call them screwdrivers off the top of my head, but man, just don't bullshit in the chat room. It's easier to hang around here if you don't bullshit in the chat room. We're just all about trading, none of that other crap out here. Okay. All right. So what else? We were on BOTY. Lingerie Fighting Championship right now at 0024. The thing about Lingerie Fighting Championship, and somebody had hit me up on Twitter about this, is I don't think this is it. I honestly don't believe this is it for this stock. I think we could possibly be looking at the low teens. I'm talking 0012, 0011 for the stock. Now the 52-week low for the stock is 0021. We're at 0024. We just touched it. When was that? Was that today? We just touched it today. So that lets me know we could possibly retest that 52-week low of 0021 and break through that. all right, and break through that. So I wouldn't jump in BOTY right now. I just wouldn't right now. Looks like the last news article out was about a month ago. So, and the one before that was almost 2 months ago before that. So, let it get beat up a little bit. Let it get beat up a little bit. All right, let it get beat up a little bit. All right, because you want to make sure you really want to make sure when you get into these OTC stocks that you're as close to bottom as possible, because you don't want to wake up the next day and then you're down 50-60%, which isn't necessarily a bad thing if you're in at just $200-$300, right? And you still believe it could go higher eventually over time, but I just wouldn't want that to happen to you. All right, I just wouldn't want that to happen to you, because we don't know when a catalyst could happen to allow it to go higher. 210, you're on the air. What's up?
Yo, what up, Sal? It's me, Gerard.
Hey, what's going on, Gerard? What's going on with you, man?
What's going on? Nothing much. I wanted to call real quick. I've been wanting to call about this for a while now, and a bad scientist. Shout out to him.
Mm-hmm.
And his stocks were really good.
Yeah, really good picks.
I wanted to bring up a what's it called? The Bollinger Bands indicator I use, and it's really good, and it helps me a lot. And it's a Bollinger Band indicator.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know maybe you know about this, but the RSI, you can go into the cog there on TradingView.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go to the RSI and you hit the cog.
Yeah, you can change the length and
the source.
Yeah, the source. Mm-hmm. Do you use what different source? You use open? You use one of the bands?
I use Bollinger Bands.
Okay.
Basis.
Okay. Now, what is it about this setting that you like? Let me see on for example, on a stock like AUPH. What would you like about the basis? Because obviously it's a lot wider.
Yeah. You know what stock I can show you? I've been looking at right now. PNT. Let me take off there. One of those stocks that scientists put up, PNTV.
PNTV. Okay. Now, what is it? Again, using that RSI on basis, how does it?
Okay.
What how does it make you money, basically?
All right, you got up the 5 day, right? Okay.
Yes, this is the 5 day, 5 minute.
All right, just kind of fit more days into that chart, if you can squeeze in more days in there,
okay,
so you can get.
All right, so now I got basically all until December into it.
All right, just real quick. You see that there's like a channel between January 1st and January 19th. Okay. And on January 19th, it hit this support level on that indicator, and it kind of bounced off the middle and then started going up. Okay. You see that?
Yeah, I do see that here. So you're looking at possibly like right here.
Those are the things that I look at. There's like a channel up and down, and all of a sudden it'll hit the middle, and it'll stop and it'll bounce off the middle. Just kind of things like that. Mm-hmm. And that's a really good indicator, a confirmation to the Bollinger Bands and stuff like that. Just it helps me a lot to confirm things.
Okay.
And that scientist was saying that he finds it hard to figure out what the Bollinger Bands are, if they're going to go up or down.
Yeah.
And this helps like 90% of the time to tell if it's going up or down.
Now going back to the RSI though, because we changed the RSI to the basis. How does changing the RSI, and I see now the signals are wider. The signals are wider now. Do you feel like that's more?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
That's more accurate than using the standard close?
Did you change it to Bollinger Bands basis?
Yeah, Bollinger Bands basis for source. Bollinger Band. You
Yeah.
guys can't
So
see it. It's probably all white on your thing, but yeah, Bollinger Band's basis. For example, if I go back, because I want to show you, I made the change here. So if I go to the close, as you can see, it's a lot, with so many days, all these signals. But if we change it to Bollinger Band's basis, I know there's a little bit of delay on your end. You'll see it now. We're a lot wider than we are.
yeah, and to be honest, I don't know the logistics of it, but I picked basis because it's kind of implying that it's going to be, it's not going to be, it's going to be kind of in the middle and non-biased as far as indicating where the Bollinger Bands or the stock is going. But yeah, I mean the RSI it's I don't know if it's based on the Bollinger Bands now, the indicator, Bollinger Band indicator. So I mean I don't know if I'm answering your question or not.
Right. I mean, I sometimes I think when something works for you and you just know it works for you, it's hard for you to kind of explain it to other people. So that might be this situation where it works for you, but you probably just can't articulate it to someone else who's seeing it for the first time. You know what I mean?
I got you. But if anybody wants to give it a shot, just have it there and watch it. Along with the other indicators, and then I've been using it for a while, and I've figured out how it works for me.
Okay. Not bad.
But I appreciate taking your time and the show, and a shout out to everybody, and thank you for everybody who shares stocks.
No problem, man. Thank you for the call, Rick. Call back anytime.
All right. Okay. Bye.
All right. So appreciate the call, man. Appreciate the call. Yeah, sometimes something works for a guy. And it just works for him, but he, when it comes time to explain, well, how does that, how can I use this to make me more money? It's hard for that person to really explain it to others. So, I hope that guy, he didn't lose you guys, but I appreciate his, ability to call up and want to explain about it, because a lot of people wouldn't do that. All right, a lot of people wouldn't do that. So shout out to Bad Scientist. For those picks. It looks like a lot of people really appreciate that. All right, a lot of people appreciate that. So let's look at some other tickers you guys have and want to discuss. Nope, that's the wrong one. Hemp. What's going on with hemp anyway? Hemp has been real beat up recently. Here's hemp. In fact, let me go back. That's a 1-day chart. What's the 5-day chart looks like? See, 5-day chart looks like we're pulling back on hemp a little bit. That would have been a really nice trade here at the 004 to a 5. Would have caught that low at the RSI here. So I'm guessing, are we starting over here? But the fact that we broke that support, we could be going lower. On HEMP. And it's sad to say, HEMP used to be a stock preferred over MJNA. I don't know what happened. Hemp is now basically down to the bottom of the barrel, man, in terms of the MJ plays. I remember people used to prefer, HEMP over MJNA. As you can see here, overall, though, as you can see here from December, it's been a beautiful, beautiful trade. HEMP. Obviously, this was a stock that, again, when you buying stocks at the sweet spot, right? Finding stocks that aren't doing much but have ran in the past, as you can see here on HEMP, this would have been an awesome entry for that stock. This is something I'm, really looking to do for 2017, finding these stocks that look like this, aren't doing anything, but have done things in the past. In fact, if you look at HEMP, as we go way back to 2014, this is 2013, doing a real MJ, insane, moments. HEMP did some amazing things. In fact, if you can look up, it went all the way back to $2. Went all the way back up, went up to $2 from a nickel. So we're basically back to where it all started at. And HEMP basically wasn't doing anything, and now here we are. But it looks like it is retracing back to the 04s, to the low 04s. All right. To the low 04s. GRPN, Groupon. Groupon, man. that I one. As a trader, you always have those stocks that you woulda, coulda, shoulda, and Groupon is a stock that I woulda, coulda, shoulda. Groupon. I mean, you want to talk about a short of a lifetime. This could have been one of those opportunities when Groupon was, just this past June, when I started my show and we were talking about Groupon at $5 a share. Missed opportunity. All right. I was trading in 2015. Why didn't I short Groupon at $7 to $8? Here was another missed opportunity. So Groupon, a very struggling company. A lot of people are, you can find articles where a lot of people are saying this stock is going to zero. I don't know about that, but it's definitely a stock that probably has, much more harder days ahead of it. I could definitely see Groupon below $1 one day, or probably even selling out. This could be a buyout situation. That could happen pretty soon on Groupon. So if I'm taking a position in Groupon, it's specifically because I think somebody can come in and take over this situation. I think Twitter and Groupon would look really good together. I think Twitter and Groupon make sense. I've been saying that for about a year and a half. Twitter and Groupon would look great together. I think they both make sense and they play into each other's strengths. 206, you're on the air. What's up?
What's up, Sal? How was that party yesterday, man?
Oh, really good, man. All about family and friends. So just had to take a day off for that, but back on the air, we get back to this money.
That's cool, man. I'm actually I'm out with my wife. It's her birthday today, so I had to take a day off. And I just thought about you out here.
Happy birthday to her. Happy birthday to the lady.
Sal says happy birthday. And look, she got a big old smile on her face. Hey, man, I got a gripe I need to talk about. You got 112 people out there, and I'm pretty upset right now because Trump just signed a federal hiring freeze. Now, let me tell you something. I just took a job. Remember I told you I took a downgrade in the job?
Yes, you did. Yes.
Well, the day I took that job, he just put a freeze up. So now the people that he basically, my old boss is not able to backfill that position. So now they're going to be suffering.
Oh my God.
So it's like Well, who the hell did we bring into office, man? I mean, this guy is going to really.
Now this is a federal hiring freeze that he implemented?
Yes.
Wow.
I'm a federal employee.
Oh wow.
So what upsets me, man, is that people are out here. I can't believe he got the power to do that. I don't know, man. What's next? Slavery?
Yeah. Well, I hope not, and he doesn't have the power to institute that. I don't believe he does anyway. But they make up laws. This is the United States of America. So, with that being said, man, I'm really sorry to hear that, man. And the fact that now your old team is going to be short a man.
Well, I mean, there's some karma involved in that, but I'm glad that I took that downgrade. I mean, it was just right in the nick of time. I mean, he did it on the 22nd. I started on the 23rd, and so if that freeze would have started when I was still employed there, because we're already short-staffed.
Okay.
So, I mean, hell, a couple more months, I probably would have been dead, man, because of the amount of stress there is. So I'm glad that I made that decision. If you guys ever get stuck in a bind to where you have to take a downgrade, just go with your gut feeling, because I'm glad that I did, man, because I think I probably would have, all money isn't good money. So even though I took a $10,000 loss, but a 4-mile drive to work, you can't beat that.
Yeah. Oh, man, can't beat that. And plus, now you have more time to trade, like you were saying, too.
Exactly. And so speaking of trading, as you can see, I made that $150 with that option trade the other day, man. But I'm hoping to have consistent gains each and every week and not just go those home run hitters. So I'll definitely, once I get a little bit more into the job, I should be able to concentrate more and be a little bit better with my P&L. But right now it's all over the place.
That's what's up. But are you still primarily focusing on GDX? Because I'm actually in GDX. I got in GDX tonight. I'm hoping to get this 23.50 tomorrow on a slight pullback on gold after its recent runs. But we're still pretty, it's still pretty weak. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I'm hoping that I get that 2350 I'm looking for tomorrow, or at least by the end of the week. I don't know. We'll see.
Let me look at it when I get home. I'll message you on the Discord and let you know what I think. But I knew it was going to take a nosedive this morning. I made a mistake. I bought I bought a spread which I thought Amazon is going to be bullish.
Mm-hmm.
However, Amazon has shot through the roof today, so
Yeah.
We'll see what's going to happen. But yeah, I'll message you when I get home and after I look at GDX and tell me what you think.
Appreciate it. Thanks for the call.
But man, but hell, you got 112 people, man. Congratulations,
Thank
man.
you, man.
I mean, that's
Thank
just
you, man.
that's a milestone.
I appreciate it, man. And we're growing over here. So shout out to all the new people who are watching, man. And again, you guys can always call in and give your ideas about tickers and some trade ideas. But yeah, man, we're growing. I mean, I fully expect that by this time next year we have maybe 500 people in here, man. Honestly, just the chat is going so fast you can't even it's just ridiculous. I have to slow it down. It's going too damn.
I guess I'm gonna have to call you the black man Oprah now, huh?
Yeah.
All right, well, congratulations, Sal, man. I mean, like I said, I have definitely matured in my trading as a result of this chat room and this channel that you have, man. So. I came out of welfare because of you, so I appreciate it.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much.
All right, man. Have a good one. All right, later.
Shout out to Mr. Lloyd for the call, man. Shout out to Mr. Lloyd for the call. Yeah. Oh, that's a good guy right there, Mr. Lloyd. So, if you got any questions for him, of course, join us in the Discord room. Join us in the Discord room and join us at Investors Hangout and the Discord room for those live conversations and chatting at any time with the guys here in the chat room, in the Discord room. All right, so I saw a guy bring up NAK, and I wish Prolix was in the house. I don't know if Prolix, if you're in the building, man, call up and explain the NAK situation, because Prolix was explaining to me on Twitter today. So if you can call me up, Prolix, if you're watching, and explain. In fact, let me see if I can hit him up here. Can you call in and explain the NAK situation? All right, let me see here. He'll probably hit me back up or not. But Prolix is following NAK, and this guy's been following him NAK for a while. He's a retired YouTuber. I want to say he's a millionaire himself, but I can't verify. But the dude's got some bread, I think. All right, shout out to Trading Jedi OPT for a possible breakout. I thought Dries was going to break out, man, but Dries has been shitty. Dylan, no, I don't have a group in Investors Hangout. I got my Discord room for guys here in the chat room, but Investors Hangout, They got their own groups led by some really, really great guys over there, Sheep Wolf and a bunch of other those. And they're doing really good things, finding some, stocks way before they break out. So NAK breaking out here on the bands. As you guys can see, it's been a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful 10 days in NAK. You've practically gone from $1.15 all the way now to $3.32. They believe it's going to go higher. They believe it's basically a must buy right now on NAK based on Trump's deregulation of the EPA. He believes that because of deregulation, under this Trump presidency, NAK is really going to soar based on some plans that they have for the future. All right, based on some plans that they have for the future. All right, and he honestly believes NAK can be a really huge winner. As we can see here, volume is just building up insanely in the stock, if that's even a word, but beautiful stair-stepper pattern here, flanking to the right, so we could see more gains from NAK coming. And right now, it's not even crazy on the RSI, so beautiful midday afternoon funnel that it got trapped in. The bands are getting tighter, so that looks like we're probably going to be seeing 350 very, very soon in NAK. All right, I think a pullback is warranted, but maybe this today was probably the pullback, you could probably say, who knows? But we could be seeing gains before another pullback. So for the smart investor, you got the kind of money that you can get in big enough to where, 30, 40 cents might bring you back some good profit. It might be worth it for you to ride, NAK higher. It's also a pretty good long here. All right, that gap up today was something serious too. Almost, almost 33 cents higher from the day before. All right, and then you had the gap up higher yesterday as well. So I'm going to see whether or not that continues into that third day. But we know through that third day is typically, a kind of scary day after stocks run. So, we've had 2 beautiful days now in NAK. The third day is typically again, I've said a day for it to pull back on the third day. So be very cautious on NAK tomorrow. But if we have a gap up, look for that support. And if it holds it, then it could continue to run. All right, it could continue to run. And that was a very interesting sign here as it tested that support again today as it pulled back to 319 from the high of that 345 high. Man, that's, again, I kind of feel sorry for the people who are stuck up here because to watch this cross over the 20-day moving average and then test that 319, tested again and held. So you got definitely some support here, and we'll see if we build off that on NAK tomorrow. Very interesting stock. Very, very interesting stock, NAK. All right. Very interesting stock. Setting up really nicely. All right. What's the name of the volume bar? Yeah, it's called colored volume bars. Colored volume bars. It's a way to basically determine buying and selling pressure in the stock. If it's buying and the buyers are in control, obviously it's dark green. When they're basically battling in the middle, it turns dark blue. To obviously buyers are losing, dark brown. Obviously sellers are in control. It is bright red. All right. Yeah, really good setup. Really good setup. It's a kind of way to kind of quickly glance and kind of have some idea where we can go. BTUUQ. Oh, hold on. Let's see here. 239. Who's on the air?
Hey, Sal. What's going on? This is Chris McCollum.
Hey, what's going on with you, man?
Hey, how are you? I just want to give a shout-out to you and everybody in the chat room.
Thank you.
I appreciate what you're doing here. I know you hear it a lot, but, man, you were talking about having 500 people in your room soon. I disagree. I think you're going to have a lot more than that soon.
Oh, man, I appreciate it, man. Well, my whole idea is I'm trying to figure out where this is going, because it is building, and it all started because of the love of stocks under $10 a share, and I got to figure out where to take this in terms of what exactly do I want this to become. Do I want this to become like an Alex Jones kind of thing, or what is this going to be? But I really appreciate that, man. I appreciate that.
If you're in penny stocks, like so many of us are now, and you're not watching this, you're missing out.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely.
If I don't get to be in the chat room and watch your show live all the time because I worked at night. I DJ at some clubs and stuff like that. Okay. And on the way home, I got a long drive. I always put you on, and there's not a day that. And if I don't get to watch it, I get upset. So I feel like I'm missing out.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it.
So shout out to everybody. And Bats had a couple of my stocks that I'm overnight in, so that made me feel good because if he's on those and explaining everything that he did, then the AUPH and then the PNTV.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that PNTV. That one's got some decent volume too. I like that a lot.
Exactly. Another one that I'm overnight in was BIOC.
BIOC.
I don't know if you talked about that. I missed a little bit at the very beginning.
Biosep. I like that daily chart today. It looks like it kind of broke off the funnel there at 2 o'clock. Looks like we had some news about a week ago. Biosep awarded patent in Australia for the use of antibodies in microchannels to capture tumor cells. Okay. All right, so this is a biotech play, diagnostic and testing. And tell us what you like about it here.
Just the chart pattern mostly.
Yeah, it looks like it's been bearish, but it looks like it's kind of starting its own funnel. Obviously, I watched it in the past year based on earlier this month. They're back when they had a really huge spike. What was that about? I can't remember. on earlier this month. So it was kind of giving those gains back slowly, and maybe the selling is all done here. We'll see.
We'll see. Another one I was looking at that actually was in the Discord room. The guys were talking about was HOV.
Okay, HOV. Okay, Hovnanian Enterprise. Okay, this is the home builder. I remember these guys. These guys were flying high before the recession.
Yeah, they were way up.
They were way up before the
down.
recession. I think, in fact, yeah, we can go far back here, and yeah, before the recession, as you can see, yeah, they used to be, way up there. I'm talking seven, as we can see here, about $70 a share, and sure enough, the recession really basically destroyed the business. But what do you like about them here lately over the last almost like the last 3 months have been really, really good for the chart. It looks like it's pulled back a little bit, but we're headed back higher.
Yeah, it's getting some more volume and everything now. But I'm new to the Bollinger Bands that you're talking about. I see that they're actually spread apart there at the end, so that's kind of a bad thing, right?
Well, not necessarily. I mean, the wider they are, the more volatility the stock has, so the more undecided buyers are. That typically happens when the stock starts to decrease in value because obviously some people don't want it and there aren't too many people who are trying to come after it. So prices become very, very wide. But with that being said here, recently it looks like there were some real strong days of buying in the stock. That's changed the trend significantly over the last 4 days. So the last 2 days, the 23rd and the 24th today, really breaks out of the last 2-day trend in the stock. So we're flagging right to it again. So we're saying possibly another day of gains. We'll see what happens. Obviously, again, the third day is always a jinx for us.
Yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on it.
Yeah, I would keep an eye on it.
I'm not overnight in that one or anything. I'm just going to keep an eye on that one.
Yeah. Obviously, the stock's been quite bearish the last couple of days. So we could have a situation where, maybe the selling is dried out here and it's looking to recover. Looks like the 275 price level is where we broke off the trend, and so we'll see what happens here.
And then I got one more. It's a really weird one though. It's not like I usually have strong stocks. I'm still new to this. I'm still learning. There's a lot to learn for me, but I usually have some pretty much stronger stocks.
Mm-hmm.
And this one was GBSND.
All right, so GBSND.
And the reason I say it's weird is it's way down. It's like one of those crazy ones that you were talking about, where you buy it way down at the very bottom, and it was up 700% yesterday.
Yeah, this.
So I don't know what to think of this one.
Yeah, this one, I same thing as well. I don't even remember what crashed. I believe, let me see, was it a drug failure a while back? I believe it was possibly a drug failure a while back that really crashed the stock back in 2015. But the stock really never recovered before then. They did multiple stock splits to, basically save the company in order to sell shares to raise money to maintain the business. It didn't work. It didn't really work. And, for the most of the year, the stock continued to lose money. It was very, very bearish. I can't even pull up the chart. It was so negative. But it's a loser. It's been a loser. I would just honestly leave that alone.
Yeah, I didn't have all that good thoughts about it. Just yesterday when it popped up, I saw 700%. I was like, oh, maybe this thing's going to make a comeback after hearing you talk about some of these ones that are the risk reward once they're all the way at the very bottom, and they seem like they can't go any lower or whatever. But I mean, it seems like a junk stock to me too.
Yeah, so it looks like they had some shares that were dumped onto the market, and I mean, it's just one of those things. I wouldn't even bother to risk my capital. Why even bother to play it?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about doing, just like $100 or something. See if it would. If it's 700%.
If it's money that you're willing to lose and try and see what can happen, sure. I mean.
I don't want to recommend something that's a garbage stock, though, either. So
there you go. Mm-hmm.
All right, I appreciate it. I definitely will be calling you back. Everything you do for the show, and I know that you have people calling up with some content. It helps too get through the night and everything. And you rock
Thank you,
keep
man.
it going with
Appreciate
what you do. So, and you don't have to play the Enormous Penis song for me. So.
Yeah, I
I'm not trying
appreciate
to
it. It was a
French
great, it was a great call, man. Thanks for the call, bro.
The first time you did that, man, I lost it. It was cracking me up, man.
It's a hilarious song. So it's for those trolls,
Yeah.
you know. It's for the trolls. So I appreciate the call.
Yeah, they need to start paying attention and make some money and stop trying to troll somebody that's
There it is.
doing what you do.
Thank you, man. Appreciate the call.
Might be surprised, right?
There it is.
All
Appreciate
right,
it, man.
thanks, Al. Talk
All
to you
right.
later.
Thank you. Appreciate the call. Appreciate the call. Great call. That was some pretty good tickers. I really like his BIOC call. I really like that BIOC call. I think that's pretty nice. I like that BIOC. Obviously, you know, it's a situation where the stock had spiked up earlier, about 10 days ago. It practically was slowly giving it all back, but maybe the sellers are out here. We're practically where the stock really jumped up higher. All right, we're practically where it took off at. And so, you know, we'll see. This is probably a situation here where, you know, it's found some support again, and we'll see whether or not it can bounce. So we've got a lot of space to move between 169 and 172. It's going to be interesting to see if we can hold this 169, 160 price level for the stock. So got a lot of space to make up. Whether or not it'll make that up, who knows? But BIOC looks like the selling. Hopefully it's done. But, you know, the 52-week high, 74 cents. So obviously this is a stock that can go a lot lower than it has before. What's going on, Bovash? It's been a minute. Yeah, Thriller Ali, it's been a minute as well. Any stocks between the $2.50 and $3 range? Stock trades won't let you go under $3. $2.50 and $3. I think we talked about a couple of $2.50 stocks. What was that? I think AUPH has just bounced out of $3. AUPH at $3.13. That's not too bad. That's probably your best bet right now between $2.50 and $3. AUPH trading on the NASDAQ. All right. Watch for a possible pullback tomorrow in AUPH. Another one that's right over your $2.50, you know, is, well, just under it. You said they won't let you go below $2.50. All right, we'll keep an eye out on IPI. And by the way, any broker that won't let you trade a stock under a certain price, you really shouldn't be fucking with that broker, dude. You really shouldn't be, you know, trading with a company that says, I'm not going to let you buy any stock under $2.50. Why not? That's great opportunity right there. You know, some of these NASDAQ plays that are beat up, you know, at 50 cents, 20 cents, dude, move your money somewhere else, man. TD Ameritrade, free. You can open it up in 5 minutes. Robinhood, you know. Don't allow your broker to restrict you. 347, you're on the air. What's up?
What's up, Sal? How you doing?
Hey, this is Big Shag. What's up, man?
How you doing tonight, Sal?
Good. I know you got some hot picks for us.
Yeah, man. I just had a nice steak off of my REXX games.
Yeah.
I might have a little lobster tomorrow. Who knows? But besides the congratulations on the view account you got going on here,
Yeah.
I remember back when you had like 20 or 30.
I know, right?
So
When
I'm
it
just
barely had
watching
20 people, yeah.
It's fucking crazy, man. Good
Yeah.
for you, bro. But I got two tickers that the daily setup looks pretty good.
Okay.
One of them had pretty good news. I think it was today. PIRS.
Purus Pharmaceuticals at $1.90 a share, 12% gain today. Not wow, that's pretty good 2 days here, man. We're at what, $1.70 yesterday. We're at $1.91 today. Yeah, pretty good 2 days in the stock here. Let me see here what's the primary trend look like for the year overall. Okay, so we just recently broke out of some bearish momentum here. We're up on the 20-day moving average on the 1-year chart. And it's bouncing off of that, which is a really good sign. So Luke wants to keep it going. Now tell us a little bit more about the company. What is it doing right now?
I didn't look too deep into it, but it had some news that it was awarded U.S. patent for a new way to treat Alzheimer's with some new technology or whatever.
Okay.
And they just recently approved it. But I like it because they had the news today, PR patent of it, and it's above the 200. Volume was good today, but it wasn't amazing. RSI is kind of in between, and it's also kind of right at that year highs.
Okay.
That breakout level. Not the year highs, but they're right at that breakout level of like that $2 mark. So tomorrow, if we can get over $2,
yeah,
that'd be amazing. Well, not, whatever, but it'd be pretty good.
Yeah, no, it would be. I mean, it would be nice. I mean, 234 is our 52-week high in the stock. 234, 248. Excuse me, 248 is the 52-week high. So not too bad here. If we break $2 tomorrow, that would be a breakout for the price. As I can see here, that 202 level, we haven't broke $2 since October 4th. So yeah, that would be a huge move for the stock if it breaks $2. And I would buy that breakout. It hasn't been there in almost a year. I would definitely buy that breakout above 2 because we haven't been there honestly since April. So almost a year now that we've seen steadily above 2. Not bad.
All right, and besides that, I got VRS.
Okay, let me write that one down. VIS?
Yeah, VRS.
VRS. VersoCorp. Never heard of this company. Tell us a little bit about this one.
To be honest, like I said, I have no idea. I don't know too much about this company. I was doing my swing watch list while I'm listening to you tonight, and I just happened to stumble upon these two. And it kind of has a similar pattern. Excuse me. It's a little more expensive, I guess, but it just started breaking out of that that little pattern got going on. I like it over the 200 day. I like it over the 200 and above around $8. So I'm gonna set an alert above 8. And see what it can do from there. I mean, I'll look more into it, and I'll get back to you about the end of the week with like a more solid list of stocks and what I think definitely look good for coming next month. But yeah, I mean that's really it that I have for now. Just those 2 tickets for you.
Yeah. VRS definitely has some ways to go. It looks like, I'm looking at the primary 1 year chart here. It looks like it's kind of tight within a funnel. Hasn't really done much over a year. So we'll see. Yeah, if it breaks over 8, I like your call over 8. Then we'll see what it does, because that would be a pretty big move for the stock over 8 if it does that.
Yeah. So that's really it for now. PIRS and VRS. But I'll call you again by the end of the week. Have a nice solid list for you, Sal.
Appreciate it. Thanks for the call, Big Shaq.
All right, bro. Take it easy.
All right. So shout out to Big Shaq. Thank you so much for the call, man. Appreciate it. Let me give him one of Jordan's crossovers.
Jordan to the crossover. Yes.
Yes, indeed. Appreciate that, Big Shaq, for the call. Yeah, VRS above $7.75, $8. I like it there. It looks like for the year we really haven't had the volatility we really need to make any real money on it. But if it kind of breaks $7.75, breaks 8, maybe you could really start to make some real moves. All right, what's going on, Arnold? Graham Big buys at close, GRAM. I saw GRAM. What exactly is GRAM? Is GRAM, I know it's some kind of Spanish construction company, right? Is it like Brazilian or something like that? Let me see here. Peruvian gas company. Peruvian gas company? Is it Brazilian or Peruvian? GRAM. Looks like Portuguese. So I'm thinking Brazilian. I'm thinking Brazilian gas company. Peru-based holding company primarily engaged in construction and engineering, real estate, oil services, and operation of public concessions. See the thing, nice chart. I mean, 17% gain on a $5 stock. That's always a nice move, But my problem with this is that, and I'm it's showing bearish because I got the year chart up, but if we go to the 5-day, it's been a beautiful day for the stock. The stock was up today, and I don't know if this is one of those things that can keep going. Yeah, a nice bottom bounce. I would agree with that. I would agree it's a beautiful bottom bounce. But would this keep going though? Yeah, this was a stock that, I mean, this would have been a beautiful short. Gosh. Hey, when I look at stocks, like, look at that beautiful short. Look at that. When you have a stock like this that's got a beautiful support level and it cracks support like that, oh man, you short the shit out of that. Look at that. That would have been a beautiful return. Look at that. Just set it and forget it. Just set it and forget it. That would have been beautiful. But anyway, yeah, I mean, can we get back to 674? That's a beautiful bottom bounce, though. I would fully agree with you. Fully agree with you. That was probably really nice too for someone. Would have caught, some shorters off guard here, but didn't go as high as you think it would go after such, such really strong selling. Yeah, it's kind of a risk for me right now, man. It's kind of a risk. In fact, again, looking at that 1-day chart, and let me put all my lines up here because I actually use a lot more lines than this is what my chart looks like intraday. The red is the 10, 20 of course is the middle line, and the 30 is that green line. And obviously when it cracks through the red, through the brown 20, and then the 30, that's my time to sell. So I probably would have sold into that if I was looking even to short this, which is probably what I would look into tomorrow. But Investors Hangout saying it's probably too dangerous. And I probably, now knowing that there was some heavy buys in the end of the day, I probably wouldn't go into that. But I would actually short this because that's a very aggressive 17% for 1 day on a stock that, that's pretty aggressive. On a stock really didn't have that much news. GSP closing will not occur till January 23 deadline. All right, so yeah, news, I don't know how strong that news was, but it moved something. But that's actually pretty, this was actually pretty good short for somebody. All right. Let me take off my lines here. I don't want to confuse people. They're like, oh, what are all those lines? All right. You said, I've heard you say set it and forget it before. Please explain. Well, set it and forget it is just basically, it's just a little term I use because some stocks is just, automatic money. You know what I'm saying? A chart like this, if I would have seen this and then have it crack a previous strong support for the stock, I mean, this is just, this is just beautiful. This is your this is confirmation, of the selling, and then this is where you really load it up. You really load it up higher because it had never been there before, right? Yeah, it had never been below that, and you just load it up there because at this point where you start, when you break the 52-week low, which was a previous 52-week low, you got people who've been in it for years deciding it's time to sell. All right, that's set it and forget it. Obviously, when you're shorting, you really never do that. When you're shorting, but you know what I mean. It's just automatic cash. All right. Yeah, never James Brown a stock. You know what I'm saying? All right, set it and pretend like you don't see it anymore. That's too dangerous, but you guys know what I'm talking about. All right, ASM. What's ASM? Avino, Silver, and Gold Mines. All right, Penny Stock Gold Company. Penny Stock Gold Company. Right now, the problem is that gold is just getting beat up right now. In fact, I'm watching the price of gold as we speak. And right now, I mean, we're barely hanging on to 1,200 right now. In fact, is that 1,200? Yeah, we're barely hanging on to 1,200 right now an ounce. We're already down 4 points tonight. It's just gold in itself has been pretty ugly these last several days. In fact, let me see here. For the week, it's pretty much sideways for the week. For the month, we're still higher for the month. All right, we're still higher for the month. Obviously, December 1st to where we are now, we're a lot higher than where we were then. But we're not maintaining the price. We're actually going backwards. We're actually going backwards. So we've got to hang on to 1,200. If we break down to 1999, then we'll be officially be flat and then hanging into going into negative territory. All right. So I'm looking at the chart here, and as we see, the price of gold has been up for the month. All right, since December 26th, but I don't see a comparable gain in this stock in the chart. I don't see comparable. In fact, let's put up GLD. Let's put up GLD in this stock and see what GLD is. Probably moving just like the ETF here. One moment here. Let me try that to align. Taking out a line. So as you can see here. All right. So as we can see here, a lot of gold companies do move like this. Here's that dark blue line, which is the GLD ETF, the SPDR ETF. So as you can see here, the stock moves along with that ETF. Yeah, with a lot of these stocks, you'd be surprised they run very, very similar to the ETF. GLD, sometimes JNUG. So as you can see here, GLD is definitely the stock. The ETF this stock follows. All right, almost identical. I mean, they practically are running identical to each other. All right. So as you see, this stock is very, very sensitive to the price of gold. Very, very sensitive to the price. All right, yeah, JNUG, sometimes Nugget as well. That's correct. Yeah. All right. Sometimes Nugget as well. So if the price of gold starts doing well, the ETFs are right to start doing well. If you're not sure of the stock, then you go into the ETF. XTRN 0005 Las Vegas by Express. Okay, I remember somebody bringing this up. Not much of a chart here on XTRN. XTRN, for those of you guys who don't know, I believe, David, this is the stock where it's like a fancy railroad company. It's a train, right, from LA to Vegas. Is that it? XTRN. The only thing is it's got the skull and crossbones. So, I do see here it does have its September 16th financials, and it's probably got the skull and crossbones because it's been promoted, right? It's not sometimes always because they're missing some financials or anything. Let me see. What's the VegasXtrain.com? What was that? Is the website working? Yes. Okay, so yes, that's basically what it is. It's the premium train that leads from LA to Vegas. Would you know if is there actually a train in service right now? It's at 0005. It's at 0005. I don't mind. I wouldn't mind it at this level. I wouldn't mind it at this level, 0005. It looks like it's got a ton of shares out there. So this is definitely going one of those stocks. Put, if you got $100, drop it in there and see what happens to it. What has it done in the past? Okay, so it did some things back in March of last year, and before then, but not much up here. I probably wouldn't consider that much. All right, but it looks like it did some things back in March of last year. Otherwise than that, not much. As you can see here, this has been recently. All right, so we do see a lot of buying into the stock here. There's some people in here as low as 002. So you got some people already in here that are already up 110%. It doesn't make me too nervous, but again, it's something you should know. Obviously, you know, as long as you're not getting it at that 0013 where it was just, what was that, 5 days ago. 5 days ago. Some serious pullback here, though. We'll see. Yeah, some serious pullback there. I would just want to make sure that I'm not being a bag holder for people who are trying to run and get out. All right. But, I mean, obviously all the gains are pretty much, you know, I'm not buying anybody's gains here at this point. If you were to jump in, you're not buying anybody's gains here at 005, 003. Obviously, those people who are in a lot higher have sold out at much higher. Now you're buying pretty much from bag holders. So if you got the patience, I guess, you know, it would make sense for you to wait it out. All right. Yeah, 003 sounds right. 003 sounds right. All right. In fact, I would put it in 002 and see maybe if you can get somebody who's just wants to get out. It might be lucky and have somebody looking to clear out a dead position, basically. URRE 249 a share. RRRE. This is a stock that I've been looking at because I'm looking for it to break 274, as you can see here from my line. URRE was a stock that we talked about. I want to say Bat Scientist brought this up about a week and a half ago. And I have an alert set at 274 to hit my phone. 274 is the breakout, in my opinion. I like 274 for the stock. You know, until it reaches 274, I don't mind, you know, having the stock prove its worth to me. Right? So it's going up. It's looking really nice. All right. It's looking really nice. I like, again, 274. If it breaks out higher, I'm buying that all day, every day. I'm buying that. Retest to possibly 350, or it touched 390 last time. When was this? That was the, we'll say the 11th or the 12th. That was you know, that what put it on the map, you know, 10 days ago, 12 days ago when we talked about it. So I believe it could retest those. I'm a big believer in Trump's idea of really regrowing our infrastructure. It looks like he's moving into that direction. All right, he's moving in that direction, and I'm starting to believe the guy. He said he was about jobs, and you know, everything he's doing so far is about jobs. So at the end of the day, you know, I'm not going to protest. I'm going to look for opportunities to make some money. All right, you can go out and protest. I'm going to study these charts and find some money to be made over these next 4 years. You feel me? Yeah, 274 is my price for that. So let it prove itself to me, because I don't want to get caught in a pullback. So if it breaks 274, I believe the momentum will be behind me to retest 325, 350 possibly. All right, because I don't want to be the guy first through the door. But overall, let me see here, the 6-month intermediate. Overall trend is, again, very, very bearish. This is one of those came alive after the election, but recently that's been a beautiful pattern here, man. Beautiful pattern. All right, Trump stock, Foxconn, what is that? FXCOF. FCOF, Foxconn. I think that company went by another ticker. I don't know what's happened to it. Somebody brought up Iconic Brands. Iconic Brands, you know, that's the one. Iconic Brands, again, this is why you love these double zeros and what they can do. I mean, you know, I talked about this last week, and this is the beauty of double zeros and momentum. You know, when you get behind a double zero stock, you know, the stock is up now almost, I want to say 900% from where we were, you know, December 18th, December 16th. Absolutely incredible return in ICNB. I think we're a little high now. As we can see, we're on the higher end of the bands here, so it could be coming back to retest the 20-day moving average. But so far, it looks pretty good. 920, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, how you doing, Sal? Just had a quick couple questions. I was trying to see how would I be able to watch the live broadcast.
How you be able to watch us live? How are you? Like, how did you know I was on right now?
Well, for the past couple of days, I've been watching your couple of your videos, and I saw you posted one about 3 days ago.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know if you do them live or however that works and stuff like that.
I'm absolutely live right now. In fact, you're on the air right now.
Okay.
If you can hop on your computer or your phone or however you surf the internet, you go to youtube.com, go to my channel, The Small Cap Millionaire, and I'm live streaming right now. As long as
you already subscribed to it. So
Okay, yeah. So go to my channel. Yeah, if you go to my channel, my main page, you should see that I'm live right now.
Okay, well, I had a couple questions about some stocks right quick. I don't know how you felt about a lot of those marijuana stocks, but one in particular was Cannabis Technology. I'm not sure the ticker on it.
Cannabis Technologies?
Yeah, they're producing the breathalyzers, the marijuana breathalyzers. They're based in Canada.
Cannabis Technologies. Okay, so that's the one that's with the BLOZF or something like that, right?
Yeah, with a Z, I think. Yeah,
BLOZF. Okay, this is one of those. It's not one of the more popular ones in the marijuana things. It's just been pretty stable though. As I'm looking at the chart here, you're kind of leveling out a little bit now. BLOZF. I don't particularly follow this stock at 62 cents a share. It's pretty low float for OTC standards. You're leveling out here again, so you could be getting into a situation where some people might be taking profits and going lower here, because I can see the momentum is slowing up a little bit now in BLOZF. But if you've got
I'm sorry about that. You go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, because I'm fairly new to the whole trading and stuff like that, and I was your show's kind of been helping me out a lot of stuff like that, and I know how you really mainly focus on things that's going to be trending, you know what I'm saying, eventually, and I know something like that is something that a lot of these states are looking for, especially Canada as well, is a breathalyzer to regulate as far as driving under the influence and stuff like that, because they're having a big problem with that. So, I know in the long run that'll be something to look into and stuff like that. I'm not sure how it works right now.
Yeah, let me see the 200-day moving average. And so far, okay, so yeah, see, we're getting closer to that 200-day moving average. When a stock has been trending and you spread out, especially like a 1-year chart, and it's been trending higher, as it starts to kind of level out and get closer to the 200-day moving average, then we could be looking at possible profit taking and going bearish. So that's kind of what's going on with BLOZF right now. So I think you're setting up for maybe a few days of some losses here coming up soon in BLOZF. So if you're up huge, I'd probably take profits here at 62, 63 cents. I would, see how it acts tomorrow. But, as again, we're about to cross over the 200-day moving average. Let me see the 30-day chart. Yeah, the 30-day chart shows we've even broke it on the 30-day chart. We've broken it. So you could be looking at going bearish here pretty soon. So I think if you're up huge, take your money, move on.
All right, now if like later on, as the stocks drop and I guess some big news come out, I guess they made some progress in catching a breathalyzer, then it'll be good to get in when it's low and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll see what the news does. Again, sometimes you want to make sure that the news is, confirmed with momentum coming back into the play as well. So you don't want to just jump on the news, but to see that also people jumping in and it's confirmed, maybe possibly breaking a level of resistance or something like that, you're going into the stock with other people behind you, right? So you're not just, oh, wow, they put out news, let me jump on it. Well, are there other people who are interested in it as well as you? You know what I mean? So,
Okay.
Yeah,
I figured with it being with it being a breathalyzer, and nobody has, I guess, an official one right now. That'll be I guess something to look into, because I know that's going to be something big whenever they get that going.
Yeah. Now, do you happen to know if they have a patent on that or no?
No, not that I know of. Now I know LifeLock, not with the K, just LOC, LIFE. LOC. I'm not sure the tick on it, but I know they were make the breathalyzers for the law enforcement agencies already.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I was looking at their ticker, and they went down about I think $10. I think they were at 20 something, and they went down to about $9 now.
Okay.
So I'm not sure what's the reason why that stock dropped so much. If somebody else has some in the making.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll see. Yeah, we'll definitely see what happens with that. But yeah, man, on this stock, take your money and run, man. I think it looks like it's leveling out here and looking to pull back here something serious, probably 55, 56 cents. If we're by this time next week, we're going to be in the 50s.
Okay,
yeah.
All right. Yeah, I appreciate that a lot, sir.
Appreciate it. Thanks for the call, man.
I know.
All right. Yeah. So. Yeah, those Canadian MJ plays, they can run, though. They can run. In fact, we had Treasure Hunter call up. He had one of those little 5-digit Canadian plays, and they can run. So don't sleep on those. But this is a stock that, as you can see here, when it breaks, if it can find support again, sure, it bounces back and retest the high. But it looks like now it's finally a wrap. All right, so it's kind of doing very, very similar pattern to what it did here. All right, it's almost doing it again. And we'll see if it can hold on, and we'll see what happens. All right. Working on the scan. Yeah, we'll see what do you guys got? BGI Burks Group, right? The jewelry company, BGI. Yeah, BGI has been, this is a stock that made me some good money earlier last year. If you guys remember when I had the website, I called BGI and I posted an article on it. And then sure enough, this is a company goes all the way back to, I want to say, the late 1700s. It's a jewelry company, was in a family, got bought by a corporation. Beautiful, beautiful jewelry, gorgeous locations. But they just basically, their sales just went to shit. And then they came out with an earnings that just blew it out the water. I mean, nobody was expecting those kind of earnings for the company, and sure enough, the stock just, went to the moon on that one. But slowly, obviously, good news turns into old news, and the stock slowly gave it away. But BGI looks like, the sellers are gone, and we got some believers back in here. And recently, big strong days for the stock. I do believe we are going back into the earnings season. Well, we are going back into the earnings season. But for this stock, earnings, I want to say, is around the corner. The company recently announced a week and a half ago that holiday season sales were up 11%. This is a stock that really moves on a lot of good news. So if you have good news coming out, this is a stock to play. I'm not a big fan on jumping in before earnings anymore, but for Burks Group, based on what the news that's came out recently, it might not be too bad to do. All right. Might not be too bad to do. Let's see here. What's the 5-day look? Beautiful 5-day chart. Beautiful 5-day chart here. Looks like we broke the 20-day, though. We did break the 20. Here's the 200. Let me take the 200 out. What does... take the 200 out. I got too many lines here. All right, so not too bad in BGI. I want to see what happens tomorrow on the stock. I'll put it on our list to watch for tomorrow, though. Could run something serious tomorrow. But we're below, where I like to be here. The red is my 10, brown is my 20, green is my 30. So again, these are moving averages I look for when I'm shorting. Again, this would have been a beautiful short here as we broke the fundamentals of the bands. Anytime you see a stock break the bands like this, if you catch it on the 5-minute chart, even the 1-minute chart, but particularly the 5-minute, short that. You short this all day, every day. And I'm going to show you, in fact, while we're on it, a stock that I jumped on today on Twitter that some of you guys saw. Same pattern here. See that pattern right here where it breaks the Bollinger? If you catch this in the morning, that's a beautiful return. That's a beautiful return. And what you do is, typically what happens is you're going to be on the higher end of the RSI. You're going to be way high on the RSI. And what you're supposed to do is sell it when the stock hits the bottom end of the RSI. So the top, you short at the top, and that when it breaks that the bands, right? You see it on the 5-minute chart better. Let me go back to the 5-minute. All right. You sell it here, and you're supposed to cover at the bottom of the RSI on the 1-minute chart. All right. So hard to do. Sometimes it always doesn't go that smooth, but that's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do. All right. I had a number call me just now, so call me back if you were. But I hope you guys get what I'm trying to say. I think most of you guys get it. GSAT, GSAT. Shout out to Blueberry J. Shout out to Blueberry J. And Jay, I remember you talking about this particular stock months ago now, but it went bearish for a while, but looks like it's coming back. Again, shout out to him because this was his play. Again, very, very beautiful day for GSAT. But again, this is one of those things where you got to have a really good scanner to catch this. All right, you got to have a really good scanner to catch this, or you had been in it before. As you can see here, it's not the most beautiful looking chart. Been very, very bearish. But we could be seeing the beginning of something new here. This is GSAT at $1.84. All right. The selling might be over here. On GSAT. All right. I'm going to leave the judgment to you guys here on that one. 786, you're on the air. What's up?
What's going on, Sal? Yo, my name's Henry. I'm a longtime listener. Appreciate everything you do here with the show. I did want to bring up a stock, though, because I recently made some money off of OWCP.
Okay, yeah.
So I got in at 47 cents, on a Friday that it was coming up.
Okay.
And I had to hold for a few days, but I got out kind of like on 73 cents or so.
That was, I see exactly where you made that money. That was a good money. That was some good money. Almost like the 13th, 14th or so. That was good money.
Yeah. I could have actually, it went up to 95 cents, and I was kind of kicking myself for not selling at, me and my friend were talking, once it busted 80 cents, 85, it was getting to that point where I probably should have sold, but anyways, I was trying to get my money into something else.
Okay.
And I saw today IMLFF, I believe, is a similar
IMLFF. InMed Pharmaceuticals. All right, so foreign-based biotech play. Looks like the stock moved up higher recently. I don't like the fact that it's sitting up there like that. Not really. And that makes me nervous when I see OTC stocks start doing this off a big run, because we know that when bands tighten up, they can bust higher or lower. So, are we going to have a large, holder say, you know what, I'm not feeling this anymore. I'm out, or are we going to have someone come in and start buying, or maybe some news drops? I see here the recent article was 5 days ago. So I don't know too much about the company. Obviously, you looked into what do they do exactly?
I mean, honestly, I hadn't. I looked briefly into it because I came across it today. Because I sold my other shares today, so I was trying to get it into something else. I believe. I mean, I looked on iHub. Briefly, I think I recently saw they had like a phase 1 drug, so I don't know if they even have anything close to, coming out or anything like that.
Yeah, biopharma company specializing in developing cannabis-based therapies through the research and development into extensive pharmacology, cannabinoids, coupled with innovative drug drug delivery systems. Okay. So basically,
And I did see that it was like a small. I couldn't find the float on it, but I know the outstanding shares was. I think it was like 96 million.
96 million, which is pretty good. I mean, that's solid for an OTC company. 96 million outstanding, that's great. I mean, that's where you want to be at for most of these companies. So, but yeah, I don't know too much about it. I have to do some digging on their 10K to see how much research they really are doing and how much money they're spending on it and how legit it is. But we'll see what happens here. 3% down day today, so we'll just continue to follow it. Looks like it's been trending and funneling since the 18th or so. So we'll see what happens with that. In fact, let me put the 200-day. All right, so we're sitting there on the 200-day right now. So we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah. All right, man. Just wanted to shout out a stock and get a call in. But thanks again for everything you do, man.
Appreciate it. Thanks for the call, man. Thanks a lot.
All right, man. Take care, bro.
All right. Thank you for the call, man. Appreciate it. So IMLFF, InMed Pharmaceuticals, cannabis play, biotech company. It's really interesting, this move here from 22 cents to 42. When was that, on the 16th? That was on the 16th. And I see here, I'm not sure what that news was. But solid move for the company there. OWCP, Bill Betts. OWCP, shout out to Bill Betts in the chat room. Bill Betts. And Bill, can I tell you a story, man? Bill Betts and Bill, I can go through our chats, man, on Twitter. And Bill Betts, that guy probably could have been a millionaire. I don't think Twitter will let me go back that far. Will they let me go back that far? Me and Bill Betts, and I probably should be talking about myself on that. We were in OWCP at 4 cents a share. We were in OWCP at 4 cents a share. In fact, if I go back far enough, I might find it. We were in OWCP at 4 cents a share, made some gains, kept it going. You know how, short-term penny stock traders do. Being selfish, not really, living for tomorrow. It's kind of living for today and this week. But yeah, we were in this stock at 4 cents a share. But look where it is now, 74 cents. Would have been an incredible return. All right, 781 or whatever that was. Call back, man. Dial, rang like one time. All right. So we've got a message from Polix. He'll call us tomorrow about NAK. Yeah, Bo Vosh. Yeah, man. I mean, OWCP, again, another one of those, insane winners. Here's the stock right here. Here's the chart. Again, that's why these double zeros, these penny, I mean, you can never count these things out, man, because you just don't know. I'm not saying hold the stock forever because you'll never make any money. Right? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you got to make profits and flip it and keep it moving. But, I mean, just when you look at a chart like this, you just ask yourself, what am I doing wrong? Should I just buy a stock and just forget about it? But they're not all going to end up like this, They're not all going to end up like this. Yeah, people making hella money, dude. Can you imagine being the guy who owns this company right now? 772 Treasure Hunter, is that you?
Yeah, man, that was me, man.
What's going on?
Yeah, not much. Cosmiddle called in, but I didn't want to cut you off on your story kind of thing, Not
a problem. You on the air. What you got for us today, Treasure?
Not much, man. So, did again, you was right about SSH. Turned out to be shit stocks once they did that reverse.
I told you SSH was garbage, man.
I mean,
I told you the stock was garbage.
But they did that stock split, and it just went downhill ever since then. It's just, then.
Well, they didn't even.
Back.
Yeah, I mean, this is it's a garbage stock, man. It's been a garbage stock. When you brought it up last week, and I pulled up this chart from December, and I saw the primary trend. It's just been giving it away ever since it. It's always done that, though. I mean, every time this stock has ran up, it gives its gains back. And
Yeah,
I honestly don't believe that this is a business that's really looking to be successful.
They might go bankruptcy here shortly.
I personally believe it is my belief that SSH is basically a shares selling scam. That's all they're doing. They're not doing any real serious business there. They're just basically selling shares.
No. Yeah. So I definitely took an L from it. So I know you've been off the air for a couple of days, but from that L on that SSH stocks, I've been slowly making my gains up. But today's swing, well, I can say yesterday I was in HL, but it took a little breather today, so I might cash out tomorrow.
HL, okay, that's that Hecla Mining company. This is kind of interesting because this is one of those companies that it's got a $2 billion market cap, which some people would call it a mid cap, but it's probably probably the biggest mining company under $10. Hecla Mining, probably under MUX. I think it's bigger than MUX, obviously. But yeah, this is a stock that's been running because gold has been, increasing in value. The chart pretty much follows that pattern.
Yeah.
The
I know that Donald Trump thing, so I kind of put my money in low everywhere. Kind of didn't know what was going to pop off,
Yeah, I mean it's got a little bit of a pullback today on HL, but I like the trend here. I mean this is a 30-day chart, looks really nice. You had some profit taking today, but this guy is really beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. Caught that end of the band there. In fact, let me where are we in terms of okay, so we're just below the 30-day moving average. Okay, I would want to see it sit on that. It didn't sit on the 30-day moving average. We're on the bottom end of the band. That's really interesting to see that. So we'll see tomorrow on that one. But if we continue to go lower here, I might be a little bit concerned on HL. But maybe this profit taking is maybe this profit taking is more serious than I thought. But it is up pretty significantly, man. It's up from almost $5 a share.
I made a little profit on it like a couple of days, but today was a breather.
Yeah.
And another nice 2 swings I made today was UEC.
Okay.
I think some kind of uranium. If I am saying it right.
Okay, Uranium Energy. Now let me ask you this though.
Sure.
When we look at Uranium Energy, what do you like about this stock? Because I know we have the URRE, which is another uranium company we really like. That's I think personally running.
I think the Donald thing, like I said, maybe us. Like I say, us traders didn't know where the money was going to go, so we kind of did the same thing,
Yeah.
Okay, is gold going to run? Is uranium going to run? What's out there? So I know, like I said, that the mining company was running.
Yeah.
And this one definitely took off today, so I read the chart and jumped in.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't know if it's going to be a multiple day runner or what. But
well, it's broke its 52-week high here, and as you can see here, man, it's I would definitely buy that breakout here on UEC. It hit its 52-week high today at 182. We settled at 180. Yeah, so we're setting 52-week high here every single day on UEC.
Nice.
That's the ticker, by the way, guys. UEC on this one. So yeah, it's moving higher, man. And in fact, I'm going to put that on our list tonight. Good stock. I like it.
Bet up. Another one, just for the hell of it, regular charge still low, I think about 200, a couple hundred. Is IMUC. That's another one of our little favorites. We always flip back and forth.
Yeah, IMUC. This was a company that we were looking at. Me and Mr. Lloyd, we were looking at this stock when it traded at basically 7 or 8 cents a share. The company eventually did a reverse split to get things moving again.
Yeah, is that what that is?
It was way back when. It was way back when. It did it right here. When was that? November 21st. It did that 1 for 40 reverse.
Okay, they're already done.
Yeah, it already did it, and the shorter still came in. The shorter still came in and ate it alive, but it looks like found some momentum here. Obviously, some news must have came out here on the 10th. But again, this is another stock that if it runs very aggressively, it doesn't hold its gain. So take it and run with it. Yeah.
Yeah. So tomorrow probably in the red, huh?
Well, I can't promise you tomorrow in the red, but I mean I'm looking at let me fact the 5 day.
It goes up and give back, goes up and give back. I see that.
Yeah, right now I mean again we're this is the 5 day 5 minute. We're still below the bands. We were outside the bands. Of course, you short this all day. Found support just above the 20-day moving average. And now we're just scaling ourselves higher. So it's founding. It found support at those levels. 255, 260, 265. It held. So we closed at the high of the day, which was 267. The high of the day was 269. So just off that. So there's buying momentum into the close. So that's a really good sign for possibly tomorrow being a really good day. But again, I can't predict the future, or I wouldn't be.
Come on,
I can't predict the future, because I mean I wouldn't be doing a YouTube show if I could predict the future. But with that being said, we'll see what happens tomorrow in the stock. It looks good though. It looks good. I mean, this is a stock that's broken out of some very, very ugly momentum that it's been in now for the last almost 5-6 days.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was looking for.
Yeah. So
beat up ugly, then our son just blow up.
Some sudden buying here came into the stock, and I'm not even seeing news that drove that. So interesting to see here how that holds up. But it's a stock that doesn't, for the most part, hold its gains. So we'll see what happens with IMUC moving forward.
Yeah, that's my 3 plays, big dog. Like I said, trying to make up some of my cash from the L I took.
yeah, appreciate the call, man. Out of all your stocks you talked about, I definitely like UEC the best, man. UEC, it looks like the safest out of all of them. I'm not seeing just a whole bunch of green days. I'm seeing the stock has, made people money, people have taken profits, moved on, but it's continued to go higher. If I look at the 5-day chart, let me get rid of that. If I look at the 5-day chart, it looks really, really nice. The RSI is not crazy, and 5-day, 5-minute, looks nice. So we'll see what happens with that tomorrow. Again, this is a stock that's making those 52-week highs every single day. Market cap of 200 million. Decent volume today too. 7 million shares traded. So it's got some movement behind it. We'll see how long this keeps going.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
Those are plays. And thanks for having me on the air, Sal. And congratulations for your fan club definitely growing up there, bro.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the call.
Yeah, man. Anytime.
All right, so shout out to Treasure Hunter for the call, man. That's some good plays there. I like that. I like that play. In fact, let me give him a round of applause there. Yeah, round of applause. I appreciate that. We'll wrap up in just a minute, guys. I know some of you guys, it's like 11 o'clock, man. It's got to get along. Okay. We'll wrap it up here. But I want to go over just a couple more before we put out our list for tonight. NAK. Let me see here. NAK. Yeah, we took a look at NAK. I like NAK. But again, just be careful. We're going into our 3rd day of massive gains now on NAK. But, this is a situation where, again, people are saying that, Trump's deregulation policies could really help this company. So NAK could be doing some great things here. This is another stock that's up huge. I mean, look at this stock since June. I mean, just massive return here since June for people who've been patient in NAK. Awesome stock here. All right, so we'll see here. That could be coming back down, or that's going to continue to go up here. But this is where, what's that word Tim Sykes has for it? He's got a word for it. I can't remember what's his word for those stocks that start to pivot to that angle. I can't remember. What was that word for it he uses? I forgot. It's all through his videos. It's on the tip of my tongue too. I just can't remember right now. Supernova. There you go. Supernova. Yes, that's his word for it. Thank you, A. Brantley. Appreciate that. Supernova. That the stock has gone supernova based on, this 1 year chart. 30-day chart, not so much yet. I know typically he says supernova when it's a 1 day chart, but I'm going to use supernova on that 1 year chart because the 1 year looks absolutely insane on NAK. But on the 5 day, the 30-day, it actually just looks like a chart. It's like a stock that's just, gaining more and more fans as days go on. As days go on. All right. Yeah, I'm a big fan. No. I'm a big fan. Hey, the great one. I'm a big fan of Tim Sykes. On my link where it says need to make money, learn to trade, that's a Tim Sykes link. I still affiliate marketing for Tim Sykes. I'm a huge fan of Tim Sykes, but I was a bigger fan when his stuff was $39.99, when you can buy a DVD for $99. But now, you got guys who are just getting into the business, and want to buy a Tim Sykes DVD and they got to pay $1,400. That fucking sucks, man. That fucking sucks. But I understand the price is going up because his popularity is going up, demand is up. So he's just doing what a capitalist is supposed to do. But at the end of the day, I think he's the best trainer when you're talking about stocks under $10. There's some other guys, but for the most part, when it talks about ease of explaining, the business, how to trade, nobody really does it better. He's the father of all these guys out here that are basically regurgitating his information. All right. Took a $1,000 loss on AKS. On AKS, what is that? Iron. Oh shit. Yeah, man. That's an ugly dump. What happened there, man? Reverses at temper. Okay, so they released corporate update showing that they were going to that the year wasn't going to do very well. Yeah, I mean that's always the risk when you're trading these well-developed companies, and even penny stocks. I mean, again, we started the show with a penny stock that did something similar to this, but man, that came out of nowhere. That's very disappointing. Was this an earnings? This was an earnings situation, right? Well, actually, I'm seeing here. Did earnings come out? Stop loss bad conference call. Okay. So this was an earnings loser. Okay. All right. I mean, again, man, shit happens, man. Shit happens. Shit happens, dude. It's unfortunate, man. Go ahead and flush that one down the toilet. 6% gain. We'll see what happens tomorrow, man. You might have some pity buyers here at these low levels. We're not even close to the 52-week high unless the stock had split, which it didn't. Man, we're at prices the stock isn't seen in some time here. All right, but this is another stock that did really, really good for the most of the year here. This is clearly a Trump stock. As you can see, this was a Trump stock for real. AKS, definitely a Trump stock. As you can see, it took off really right after the election. November, what was that, the 9th? Exactly. I mean, that's beautiful. Definitely a Trump stock. And I think a lot of these Trump stocks you're going to see start giving things back as they reach earnings, okay? That's why I made that video when we talked about the banking stocks. In fact, I think we got to look at that now that we're into Q4's coming out here, because I think a lot of banks that are real fat on Trump, all right, and his election, they're going to disappoint in earnings. They're really going to disappoint because they don't have the earnings to justify those prices right now. 913, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, Phil. How are you doing, man?
Doing good. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, this is Sam.
All right, Sam. I'm guessing you have some stocks for us?
Yeah, this is an excellent show, man. I absolutely no idea about this trading and everything, but I saw your show and I hooked onto that. So I started investing, but I didn't gain much, but I didn't lose much, but hanging in the middle of the year.
Okay. Now, what are you trading right now? What stocks are you looking at right now?
I'm not specifically stocks, just wondering, how do you just, know the trending stock early morning? What tools do you use basically? Is it a Finviz helps much, or is there any other screening tools that helps? Because by the time I go there, how the stocks are already up.
Yeah.
It's not going anywhere from there, So just wondering,
Sure. I mean, I use I use Equity Feed. That gives me a pre-market scanner built in already to the program. You can try that, equityfeed.com, 2 weeks free. You can try that if you want. They give me an awesome 2 week pre-market scanner, so I'm able to see what's hot before the market even starts. That's always a plus. And I use that not necessarily to jump on the long end, but to short. So I like finding and timing the tops intraday because I find myself to be better at timing the tops than trying to go long on stocks that are hot for the day. But before that, for whatever reason, if you don't want to use that, you can use Benzinga.com. Benzinga is a website that follows the market very, very well, as good as your CNBCs. And they have at the top in the mornings, they'll have a pre-market hot list. So you're able to see stocks that are hot pre-market and what they're doing and why they're hot. So that's also a good way as well. Now, also your broker should have an ability for you to set a scanner that kind of gives you an idea of what's hot pre-market as well, or during the day. What do you use to trade?
I just using the TradingView recently. I just trading TradingView.
Okay, yeah. TradingView doesn't have that ability right now. Okay, so you're not actually actively trading the market just yet, right?
I am doing basically. I have a couple of things I did, but not invested today anything.
Okay.
But one is NVFY. I bought it when it was around Nova.
Yeah, Nova Lifestyle. Yeah, the furniture company. Yeah, this is a stock we talked about here on the show. After a big run late last year, it's kind of gone a bit bearish. As you can see here, this was the run late last year. It's gone bearish since then. We're kind of basically leaving it alone. I got that 170 price. If it falls below 170, I'm looking for the stock to bounce off that. That's why I have that listed here at that 170. And in fact, it's so funny. We closed at 170 today. I'm hoping that the stock will bounce off that. And but we'll see. Looking like we're gonna break through 170. So if you're in this already, hope to God that we find a floor there at 170. If we don't, then we're going lower, and then you're possibly talking about 95, 96 cents at the next real support level for the stock. But Nova Lifestyle Furniture, again, furniture with several different lines to meet different income levels. They've got products in Walmart to products in the high-end furniture stores as well for those clients as well. So good company that's done some big things in the past. So we'll see what the future looks like for them.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, man. And also, I have one more actually. It's Pulmatrix, PULM.
PULM. I don't remember this one. PULM, Pulmatrix. I think somebody's brought this up too as well. 5 days. Yeah, this is a company I don't know too much about. What brought this stock to your attention?
Nothing much. I've seen the sticker somewhere. I don't know why, but I just bought this thing. So I bought it when it was couple of hundred when it was 116.
Okay.
On January 20th, and one more 100 on January 24th.
Okay.
When it was around 116.
Okay.
I'm just looking into the future. Does it perform well and goes up?
Yeah, so definitely a stock that was, bearish for a very, very long time here. It looks like this stock was, heavy selling into PULM. The stock even did a reverse split, didn't save it. Shorters came back. And this is basically now, a stock that's, maybe the other shorters are gone. The selling is dried up, maybe trying to recover some of those gains. We'll see what happens here. I see here there's a recent drug news. But at this point, I'm looking at the stock, and it's just, man, it's pretty dangerous to go long on something like this. It's having trouble breaking out of, recent highs here at 126. Tried it almost, two more times, couldn't do it. It looks like it's actually breaking down now. So I don't know. I'm probably looking at this stock as maybe something that's we're going to find ourselves on OTC market sooner or later here.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, man. Thank you very much. This is a very great show. I'm following, and keep doing the same thing.
Thank you for the call, man. All right, so shout out to the call, but yeah, man, this PULM, man, that looks ugly, man. That looks real ugly. You guys saw the 1 year chart on that. That's look at that 1 year chart, man. That's a disaster. Look at that. I mean, that's probably the ugliest chart that I've seen in a long time. That's the ugliest chart I've seen in a long time. All right, so let me go ahead and put the stocks that we talked about here out. Gone longer than I expected, but man, we got a lot of people in the house tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We got a lot of people in the house tonight. So shout out to all the new people, old people watching. Let me put this out here. PRI. ICBN. Let me put this out here, ladies and gentlemen. And I like this list a lot. This is a pretty good list. AUPH is in there too. I should have put AUPH in there too. AUPH. Don't forget AUPH. In fact, a lot of people said, well, what about DCTH? DCTH, 58%, 52% gain today. Well, will that continue? I need somebody to let me know this is a continue. Because when I look at DCTH and I look at the stock, it doesn't maintain its gains at all. So I can't tell people to go into DCTH and every time it spikes, it gives it all back. It's been, don't get me wrong. I mean, it was a good day for the stock, but it gives it all back. OPTT, Ocean Power Technologies, Trading Jedi. You think this is a buy at this? At 307? Oh, okay. Now that I spread the chart out, he might be right. He just might be right. And on those bands are getting hella tight though, man. You know what? Put OPTT on there too, man. Put OPTT on there. Let me put that list back out. Then OPTT, then AUPH. There it is right there. Those are stocks to watch for tomorrow. And of course, we'll cover our stocks to watch tomorrow again to see what happened. We'll see what happened, man. We'll see what happened. So shout out to everybody in the room tonight. It was a great show. I hope it's informative for you. Definitely is for me, as we all put in our 10,000 hours to master this game called penny stocks, called trading in general. Some of my sources, obviously, you guys know we love the torrents here. You can email me, happypennystocks@gmail.com. Be more than happy to give you guys some torrents. Follow us in the Discord room. Let me see, I know we got some guys in here who should put up a Discord link for you. Let me see here. What else? Let me see here. So definitely join us in the Discord room. What else? Let me see here. If I can, I guess one good book. I started Trading in the Zone, which is the name of the show today. Really good book. That's in the Trading Books torrent that we put out here. Again, we love the torrents. Not to put out any bullshit, but really to learn how to trade these stocks. And let me see here. This is a pretty good one too. Let me see here. And I would put the Tim Sykes stuff out there too, but I'm sure everybody's got the Tim Sykes DVDs now. Everybody's got the Tim Sykes DVDs now. ThePatternSite.com. Check out ThePatternSite.com for those guys who are struggling with the patterns. ThePatternSite.com. Really good one, named after Thomas. Well, not named after, but ran by Thomas Bukowski, who is the author of Day Trading Patterns, or the encyclopedia, of Day Trading Patterns. The book is on Amazon for like $60, but if you go to his website, thepatternSite.com, practically his whole book is up there for free, including other great material you can learn. I mean, I've spent hours on that website. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. Also, the Stock Markets Traders ebook collection. There are almost like 600 books in this thing. You'll never finish it all. Get yourself a little $40 ebook, a tablet from Walmart, and just eat your heart out. There's the torrent for that one. You got to have eTorrent or BitTorrent or uTorrent, uTorrent or BitTorrent to download those. But it's got like 600 books on trading in it. Absolutely incredible opportunity for you to learn how to trade with that. Again, join us in the Discord room during the day. Sign up to Investors Hangout. Great website. Let me go ahead and get this Discord link for you guys. You can join us in the chat room. There it is right there for the Discord room. Get yourself signed up for the Discord room. You can chat with us 24/7 or just leave messages. Come by whenever. Guys are always in there, up all night trading, gaming, doing whatever they do in that room. All right. So again, guys, great show today. Thank you for joining me. Shout out to everybody who was in the chat room, man. We had like 130. We got 130 people in here tonight, man. Appreciate all of you guys. Master Trade. Who else? King Me is lit. Trucker, appreciate it, man. Chris McCollum. Do I have Raw C videos? I don't have Raw C videos. His hasn't leaked yet, or I haven't paid an Indian guy to leak them yet. James Brown. No offense, but those guys, the Indian guys, are the best at computers. No offense to anybody out there who's Indian. Y'all are the best. Cali Girl. Appreciate it. Nikhil, 3 hooks. Bill Betts, Tyson Batts, Londell Carter, QL, Mike Lazar, LaQuinda Whitley, Jeff Thayer, Lennox John. Hey, and everybody press like on this too. Make sure you like this. Appreciate it, man. I'll be having like 1,000 views and like 40 likes. If y'all ain't gonna donate no money, press like. so YouTube can promote me and I can get paid. All right. This money helps me in my trading too. All right, donate to the show if you got some extra paper laying around. Appreciate it. With that being said, man, thank you guys so much for joining me. I'll be back tomorrow, same place, same time. 8:30, 8:45 or so. Y'all know what it is. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen. Happy trading tomorrow. See you. Make sure you press like.